All right, kids, good morning. Welcome to another exciting episode of the original Red Pill Show. Today is March 20th, 2020. It's Thursday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Anyway, the show is for and the show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please use it at your own risk. This show is copyrighted by moi and Freedom Revolution Network. No part of it can be reused, rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form. Without our written consent, or I really don't care. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. This show is opinionated. The host, especially me, Melissa, the co-host, people that are naughty in the chat room, which isn't working right now. I don't see we're live on YouTube, but whatever. Guess what?
It's live. YouTube is being a real pain right now.
No. Never. I've never heard that in my life. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So no chat room?
I've got it open.
Oh, okay. Really?
Reload the show page on YouTube. It'll show up now.
Is that the same chat room?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
To my knowledge.
All right, so when it works, people that are naughty in the chat room, YouTube, whatever, are and always will be opinionated. Under no circumstances whatsoever should opinions be taken as advice. If you are seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a licensed, if required, person in his or her field. Little Tommy and my iPad don't work. Of course it don't. Why would it?
It's one of those mornings.
Neither does YouTube. Excuse me. Broadcasting live from the wonderful little town of Loveland, Colorado, where it's just gonna be a wonderful day, and I don't have any work. Fuck, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what the show's gonna be about. I'm just trying to wake up. So good morning to everybody and people that are in the chat room. How do I get down there? Scroll, right?
Yeah.
Scroll down there. I see. So we're gonna
Oh, did it throw it down below the video?
No, I threw it right next to it. I'm on the right.
Okay.
And the chat room's on the left.
Okay.
So
That's how mine looks.
What's up? What's happening?
It's a rough morning already, man.
Oh God, now it's gonna make me sign in. You know, we gotta talk to the webmaster about this. It's a big pain in my ass.
Hey, I have no ability or control over YouTube.
Who does?
Apparently nobody right now. Apparently it's all AI bots who are canceling videos.
Yeah, they even did that to Ron Paul, the Facebook, what do you call it? Censored him or whatever because he's a medical doctor. He's a congressman or former or whatever, and they're like, well, we don't like what you say.
Oh, they even cut him?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! They cut Ron at the. I mean, he was talking 5 minutes and they cut him.
Yeah.
And I got it back up. I had to go in a really roundabout way to get it back up too. It was bizarre. And then I got a call at freaking midnight last night. Apparently, Dwayne got cut off too.
All right, so wait, that makes no sense. Everybody on this network is getting cut off, but us?
It just started last night, so we may get cut off too.
Oh, of course we're going to. What were they talking about? Do you have any idea?
Well, I know that Ron was talking about coronavirus.
Oh, can't do that. Shame on you.
Yep, and he got nailed. I have no idea what Dwayne was talking about because I was asleep. I didn't find out he called until I got up this morning.
So is that why we're blackballed on YouTube?
Well, I mean, we're not totally blackballed. We're still live at the moment.
On YouTube?
Yes.
I can't find it.
It's there. I've got it up. Pam's even in the chat room.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now it is. It wasn't before, though.
Yeah, I know, because it was giving me all kinds of problems getting it to go live.
Tell me we're not in a bad sci-fi. So we can't say, all right, we're gonna have to start changing our terms.
It's now CD. We'll just call it CD.
You gotta call it something better than that. I don't really care. You just can't call it the. I'll think of something. Something will pop in. You gotta wake up, man. But they, whoever they are, don't want you talking about.
Supposedly, it's the AI bots.
I don't give a shit what it is. So I can sit here and swear and say whatever I want, but don't say the C word in more ways than one. He was showing copyright products. Who was? Is that what it was?
Who was showing copyright products? We get that all the time. We never get cut. As a matter of fact, I end up winning our disputes.
Yay!
Yes, yay.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we got nailed on that. All I can remember is dog in the name. M-Dog or somebody.
My Sharona. It was the My Sharona.
Yeah, that one. We actually, on Facebook, they actually responded and let it go through.
If you don't want to share, don't put it on YouTube. You know, I mean, whatever. And we always give credit and say what the source is, or at least I try.
Of course we do.
It's not like I'm concealing it or saying, "Oh, look what I made. This is mine."
Yeah, no, I mean, you screen shared it with the whole YouTube page showing.
Yeah, with their name all over it.
But we don't give credit. Nah.
Whatever.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna check. I'll check into that, Pam, though, and see what it actually says. I haven't had time to actually look into it yet.
These people got to get in the real world. I'm watching CNBC again. In the blonde guy, Joel something or whatever, and Becky Quick's at home, and another guy's, I think, at home too. And it's a freaking circus, man.
It really is. All the newscasters are casting from home. Well, not all of them, but most of them.
I mean, I'm gonna say Dwayne was, huh? I'm gonna say that their quality of their program isn't much better than this one.
I'm sure there's quite a few that are a little better quality than ours.
Well, Becky Quick was sitting there, and a guy was making a comment she was interviewing about Trader sitting at home with no socks on, and she literally sits back from her desk and pulls up her foot and shows her bare feet. And I'm like,
nice.
When is the last time you saw that happen?
Wow, that's actually kind of cool.
No, I thought it was too. I mean, I'm not a big foot person, but
me neither. But
like, really, you just pulled your freaking foot right up there and go, see, look at me. I'm like, oh my god. And
those are people that are new to working from home and finding the joys of working from home.
Yeah, but the next shot was her in a nice professional blazer. So somebody must have said something to her.
That sucks.
Oh, it's just these people are full of shit. They got to get into and nothing against the talking heads or the whatever you want to call them, the people that are doing the show, but they're just sitting there going, "Oh my God, unprecedented times. What do we do?" And they're sitting there in their little world of make believe. I think newscasters, not journalists, but like this show, but we're in the real world. That's what this is all based on. But all of it's starting to hit them, and they really don't know how to handle it. Do you like my voice, Mel? Did she call in?
She did call in, and I finally got to talk to Pam on the phone privately. And I will just say this. Yes, I do like your voice, Pam. I don't like my own. Nobody does. It's it's one of those things that it's just like physical beauty. I think everybody's voice is beautiful. We all have our qualities. And I like the look on your face at the moment. I know we're delayed on the YouTube, but it just came up with your face, like making a funny face. So.
Yeah. I kind of figured.
But no, we all have our physical attributes, and voice is kind of one of those physical attributes because it's what we project to everybody else. So, I mean, who cares what your voice sounds like? It's what your words are saying that make any difference.
Everybody's just gorgeous on the inside and out. It doesn't matter.
Hey, man, positivity.
So, did you like her voice, or did you?
Yes, I like her voice a lot more than I like my own.
Are you lying?
No, I like her pretty much everybody's voice more than I like my own.
Hmm. What show did she call in whatever?
I think she called in on Dwayne's show, but she won't call in on ours.
She said she'd call in on my show. That's it. I want a new gatekeeper. We need a new gatekeeper. Traitor. No, I'm kidding.
You like them more than you like us.
Yeah, that's okay. Whatever. I know your loyalties lie, Pamela. No, really. That took a big
No, I'm
courage to call.
Yes.
So that's great.
I am super proud of you for calling in.
Yeah, I don't care who you called in, who show. That's awesome. So.
You have I just gotta say this, Pam. I'm sorry if I'm embarrassing you right now, but I gotta say it. Ever since you came on board with us, you have blossomed. Your personality is so freaking awesome. And you make people in that chat room happy. And thank you.
We're having a moment here.
We're having a moment.
Yeah, well, you described my ex-wife, and she ended up taking all my shit and divorcing me. So watch how much you blossom and grow. That's a warning right there.
Pam's gonna be the new owner of the brand soon.
She's gonna turn into Darth Vader. Look what we're doing. This network shall be mine. There you go. She's transforming already. I heard it. All right, so I don't know what type of text message you're getting. I mean, I'll just be perfectly honest. After I got out of stupid Facebook crap, it's amazing how people I lost touch with. But the ones that are texting me on my phone or actually calling me on the phone, God forbid, what a concept. That was like a Timmy Bear face. What's a Timmy Bear face? What is that? What's that? All these new terms. I don't know what kind of messages or whatever people are saying to you, but you know, there's a few that are reaching out to me back from Illinois saying, because I really don't know anybody here, and it's fine. But the couple that I do know here, they're like, well, what are you gonna do? And I go, I don't fucking know. What are you gonna do? I mean, I have no answers to that, but I do, but I don't want to go down that part of it just yet. I will. But I'm like, I don't know. They go, well, if you need a place to live, you can stay here. And I said, well, thank you. Appreciate that. And of course, you too, you're offering. I'm not trying to make this a negative thing. But then I heard from someone last night, but I went to bed because I've been sleeping like crazy. Are you flipping coins or is that the dog? What is that?
That's actually my dog.
Is that her nails or his nails? What is that?
You may actually be hearing his nails on the wood floors.
Oh, wood? Oh, nice. Love wood floors.
Me too.
Okay. Real wood floors. Is it real wood floors or is it the?
It's the cheap wood floor.
The laminated floor.
Yeah.
They're still
nice.
It's
those little the really thin stuff.
Yeah, Pergo.
Yeah. But it still looks nice.
No. Don't get me wrong. I had that in my house. I had in my first house when I hate carpeting.
I do too.
Just ripped it out and go, fuck that stuff. Because you got dogs and then you pull it all up and you're like, ew. And then all the stains from the kids dumping their beats. It's like, this is disgusting. Anybody that likes carpeting is crazy. So
I like area rugs.
Yeah, that's different. That's what I had. Yeah. Well, I have carpet, and the carpet's so bad in this apartment that friends of mine gave me a big old floor rug, and I just covered the stains with that.
I have a giant fluffy purple one in the middle of my living room.
Purple? Really?
Of course.
Huh. Anyway.
I told you my world is purple.
Well, I'll just give you this guitar. Actually, Wendy Wu signed it, so I can't give it to her because the value increase. Oh, yeah. What are they gonna do? Oh, let me finish my thing first. So I'm fucking
Yeah.
myself up. So a friend texted me last night, and it's a former girlfriend of mine, and she's like, "How's it going?" I said, and I'm not gonna sit here and say everything's peachy. I didn't work yesterday. I talked to my boss. I was like, well, just hang tight and sit at home, which is like the worst thing you can say to me. Literally, of saying, go fuck myself. I mean, I just can't do that. I am not one to sit around, but I'm not going to have a choice. And I'm watching my social distancing, or whatever you want to call it. Well, I went into Sam's Club yesterday because I bought QuickBooks. I'll get into that financial program that I love. And a guy that works there was pushing a cart full of cat litter, like 10 bags. I'm not kidding you. And
I could believe that.
And he walked by me and he was restocking them. And I said, boy, you got a lot of cats. And he just laughed. And he goes, no, he goes, we're down to one item per customer.
Good.
And I said, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, people do crap like this, and there's no reason for it. And I said, well, that makes sense. And he goes, how are you? And I said, well, instead of me coming up, stocking up and hoarding shit and buying shit, I'm buying this program here because I'm planning, if all hell breaks loose and I get fired and the timing's right, I'm going to work for myself because nobody's going to hire me. So, and he goes, oh, really? He goes, that's good. So good luck. And I go, yeah, fine. So that's my backup plan, which I didn't want to get into right now, but it's plan B. But yeah, so this friend texts me and she goes, how you doing? What are you doing? I said, I'm sitting at home. I don't have any work. I still have a job, but I don't think this is sustainable for more than 2 weeks at the most. And I really don't know what I'm going to do. So I don't know what kind of messages or conversations you're having or if you even want to share them, but that's the ones I'm having. So.
Oh, pretty much everybody I know, unless they are in one of those jobs where, like my friend who works for the security company, a lot of people I know already don't have any income. A lot of people online, nobody's spending money right now, not on anything online. So
Yeah.
it's hurting everybody, and this plan that the Republicans have come up with is absolutely asinine.
I haven't paid attention. I
Oh,
know they want to
dude.
give everybody money, whatever. So.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. The people who absolutely do need it, like the homeless, like the disabled, they're never going to see a check because of the way they've got things structured.
Well, plus they don't have it mailbox, so that kind of helps too. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, they're going off of the 2018 tax returns. How many people have moved? How many people have changed their bank account?
Wait a
How
minute.
many people's lives in the last year have changed dramatically?
Well, I can kind of understand that a little bit because a lot of people probably hadn't even filed for 2019, but I have. So why don't they
I've
just use the current data they have instead of just putting it 2 years ago data?
Yeah. I mean, how much have people's lives changed in the last year?
Mine, well, 2 years, mine has quite a bit.
Not
So
to mention, okay, great. You're making $75,000. You've been making $75,000 a year or just under, so you qualify for this thing they're doing.
yeah.
But 2 weeks to a month ago, you lost your job because everything started shutting down.
Can they go back to 2015 because my taxable income was 350 grand. I would like that.
Right? Well, then you wouldn't get shit anyway.
Oh, because I'm rich, because I make too much money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
And get this.
What?
Okay, so if you're working and make up to 75 grand, you get $1,200. If you are disabled, you only get 6.
Well, yeah, because you're not productive and you just sit around anyway. So
Yeah, but so I guess you don't need to eat.
no, no, no. This is a time not only for personal reinventing or reset button, but how everything is done.
Oh
This
yeah.
whole, and I'm not a social person and giving people money and blah, 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 blah. I don't believe in that crap. However, there are certain instances like now that you do need to help people because if they
Yeah.
can't produce an income, what in the hell, and I'm being nice, are they supposed to do?
Exactly.
And then the whole subsidization of, well, we know you make this every week when you have 40 hours or your salary, but if you're on workman's comp or disability or whatever, how how come you don't get the full amount of what you were making in the first place before that happened? I
Right.
don't
I mean,
understand none of that shit.
even the unemployment part of it. Unemployment only pays 2/3. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're already cut off.
Okay, so the back taxes I owe and my car and my rent, so
You
I
probably
only
won't
have
get
to
one.
I only have to pay them 2/3 then because my income's 2/3 of what it was. Is that how it works?
Well, and if you owe back taxes or you've got something nailing your returns, you aren't going to get it either.
It's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, no, my accountant finally filed my 2018 return and I'm getting like $2,300 back, which was a pleasant surprise.
Nice.
But I owe him money. I owe him more than that from my business returns and
Ah,
my payroll.
shit.
I don't, well, not to mention I owe the feds back taxes. So I'm like, well, I don't plan on seeing that because my return for this year they kept. So which was a whopping 700-800 bucks, which I was gonna kind of count on doing something with that, but
Yeah.
like now buy groceries or whatever, because a lot has changed in the past month.
Yeah.
But yeah, why is it when it's their money or their system or their advantage or it costs them money? Oh no, no, no. They do what they got to do, and then pay you 66% of what you were actually making as a quote unquote livable wage, whatever the hell that means.
Which we don't have a livable wage to begin with.
See, this is why we're in this fucked up situation because because things like that happen and you don't get relief or any help. And I don't believe in the government helping. The government should be staying out of this shit. That's just my opinion. But when they have policies and monetary policies and everything else and programs that do get involved, well, you're involved now. So you just can't back out and retract because, in my opinion, they were part of the problem. So you got to be part of the remedy. But the remedy is never 100% into equity or whatever to the people. It's always to the big corporations and their
Of
buddies
course.
and everybody else. So
course.
this whole thing has to be looked at. I'm not saying clean the slate and start completely over, but there has to be some fair equity in this. And I'm not going to get into being an American citizen and generations busting their ass while people sneak in here and they get free shit and we don't. I'm not going to go down that road. That's a political road. And I'm not going down it. What I'm saying is this: that if you busted your ass and you're my age, 56, 46, 36, if you have 20 years of equity busting your ass working, I think and I can't believe I'm going to say this, I think you're entitled to something.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not, okay. One of the reasons we have government is so that when emergencies like this happen, our government is supposed to protect us.
But what can they do? Protect? What do you mean? Protect us how? Because that's a proactive term. What do you mean protect? And
Well,
I'm not
okay,
looking for an argument. I'm looking for
yeah.
where you're coming
No.
from. So
Okay, so like this whole situation where we're all broke because we're not getting paid,
what was that?
that would be a food bowl that fell off the chair.
Let me
I got all
guess.
kinds of noises today.
Was it a cat or dog? Cat.
No, that would be Buddy Dog is
Uh,
nesting into my chair full of blankets, and he happened to knock
um,
the Bella. Bella's the Chiweenie, and so I put her food up on the couch or the chair, so that Buddy Dog won't eat it.
Well, this is beyond unprofessional. I have to complain.
Well,
This
yeah,
show has to be
bite
more
me.
professional, including the swearing, and now just random varmint sounds happening, which totally ruins the vibe of the show.
You know what I have to say to that?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. What? Go ahead. What?
Bite me.
Yeah, I was close. Okay. So back to the discussion. So how are they? What are they supposed to be doing to protect us, or what are they supposed to be doing? Because I don't even think they know actually.
Well, no, they don't know. I'm that's I mean, the government seldom knows what to do, but it's our country is huge, and it's not like we have a small country. I understand that there's all kinds of logistical problems and things like that with getting help to the people.
Yeah.
However, when it's a situation like this, the government's got to have those safety nets to help the people. And right now, their safety nets have massive holes.
I don't think there is any, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, no, I mean, well, the only reason why I say it the way I do is because we do have the Department of Human Services systems, we have food stamps, we have Medicaid, we have cash assistance for needy families. But you have to go through that process and register for it, and you have to be within all the income limits and everything. Well, now all of a sudden, 90% of our country is now within those income limits.
Yeah, because they're too low.
Yeah. Oh, I agree that they're definitely too low because, I mean, shoot, even Red, when her son got hit by the truck, she couldn't get Medicaid because they made just over the amount.
I couldn't file bankruptcy, and the average medium family income, that's what they base it on,
Yeah.
whether you make too much money or not, was in the area of 52 to it goes up every year, but at the time I think it was $52,000.
Yeah.
$52,000. Now for me, if I can't make it on that, well, I got debt. I got debt and responsibilities that I've shared, and I'm not going to get into them again. But if you're just living on your own, except of course out here where rent is just freaking ridiculous, but $52,000 a single male.
Yeah.
I don't have any alimony payments. I don't have any child support. And blah blah blah
It's
blah.
insanely high, actually, when you
That's
think about
high.
it.
That's high.
If
For the-
somebody can't live on 52 grand,
Yeah, but you're not. Forgive me, but you're not listening. I said the
I know.
average
I
family
know.
median income.
I know.
Family.
I know.
I'm going to your point. Me, single male, 1 bedroom apartment, no
Yeah.
car payment, no nothing, blah 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 blah. Yes, I agree with you with that. My point is this: people have bills, they have kids, they have all that shit. How are you supposed to survive raising a family on the average of having 2 kids on $52,000?
you're not.
Okay, that was my whole.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at both sides of it once again. That's what this show's about.
Well, see, and I look at it from my own perspective.
Of course.
I have never made more than say 25 grand a year.
What?
Never.
You need a raise.
No shit.
Hey, no swearing here. Wow.
Well, that was kind of a dumb moment.
That has intelligence level has nothing to do with profanity. Okay, there you go.
But I mean, yeah, things were tight. And yeah, I've gone through all kinds of nasty situations. But ultimately, I was able to raise 2 children on my own.
Mhm.
And on that rate. So when people can't say that they can't support a family of 4 on 50 grand,
Mhm.
of course, my first response is, are you fucking kidding me?
Right. Right.
How? How can you not do it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did it for on less than 25 grand a year for 26 years.
Then you get I'm just going to say this. Then you get on the other side of the coin. You go through a divorce, and you're the breadwinner, like I was, and I was paying $1,500 some a week a week to my ex in the
Are
divorce.
you kidding me?
I swear, I'll pull the divorce decree out if you want to see.
How did I get so screwed in my divorces? How?
Well, because I don't want to get into this, but you probably it was probably drawn out and it was fought. Did you guys fight the whole
No.
time? How long was it before you filed till it was finalized?
Well, okay, the last one, my son's father,
Yeah.
he actually terminated his rights. They allowed him to terminate his rights with no child support.
So he didn't fight you. Okay. All right.
Because it was an abusive situation. He's the one that I went through the battered women shelters and had to leave Texas and all that. I didn't fight it because I just wanted the man out of my life. And
Well,
I
right.
definitely didn't want him around my son.
Okay, but you complied with that. You agreed to the terms. So
Right.
he gave up his rights and you don't have to pay child support. So I mean right there.
Well, I
Was it-
did fight for the child support, but they wouldn't give it.
Well, but see that's what but yeah, but you kind of agreed to it in the beginning, so that gave him leverage. So yeah, I don't want to get into this crap, but I was married for 27 years. I had a great business, 1.8 million in its heyday. And then the year I got divorced was 1.1 million in sales. And of course, I made her half of owner when I
Mhm.
incorporated from the beginning because God forbid, and this was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. But when I incorporated in 1997, I haven't had enough intelligence to go, well, you know what? If something happened, she's going to get half anyway. So I'm not going to fight her. That's all
Right.
in the state law. So, and in her defense, she deserves half of it. I mean, that's debatable because there's no arguing I brought her up way higher than she brought me up because of the business, but I don't want to split hairs. So she got half of that. And then on top of that, she got a really good quote unquote maintenance agreement, which she could have really got me. She could have really got me because we were married for so long. So I will give that on her. But I don't want to get into the details of my decree. I'm getting into the principle of this.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you make too much money, so you can't have this. And then when you do make a lot of money, on the other side of the coin, then they fuck you some more. So it's like you can't. There's no middle fair ground here. The pendulum
There
is
really
either on the
isn't.
left or it's on the right, and in both instances, it's against the individual. It's
Oh,
against the
I
individual.
agree with you completely. My daughter's father, he whenever I filed for child support when she was like 5, and they based it off of minimum wage, which at that time was still around $3 an hour.
Uh-huh.
He was making over 6 grand a month working oil rigs.
That's a rough job, man. Jeez.
Okay, but his boss would never turned in the paperwork for how much he made.
Uh-huh.
So they based her child support off of minimum wage when he was making 6 grand a freaking month. They never raised it. They never went after him. He never got his license revoked. None of that stuff. The only time I would ever see money was when he would get arrested on something else.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Well,
And that was only a few times that I saw money.
the point of all of this is the whole system needs to be. I don't know
Yeah,
what
it's
these
broke.
people are doing in Washington D.C. except being serving with moral hazard, both in the government and in the private sector when it comes to big ass corporations. They write the rules and the laws for their benefit, not ours.
Exactly. They definitely don't write the laws to protect us. That's for damn sure.
I mean, in a divorce situation, the breadwinner always gets fucked. So here we go. So what? Tell me what that's gonna do for the person that's provided. And I don't want to get too much into this. My ex-wife to the day she dies thinks I fucked around on her. I did not. Okay, but you're not gonna get that out of her head. That's thanks to my son-in-law
Yeah.
putting fucking shit in her head. I don't want to get into this, but why am I gonna suffer for something I didn't do? And I was the breadwinner and providing, and everything was great, and you're fucking me sideways, and actually hindering my livelihood because all the divorce decrees and the whole thing is based on a snapshot of right now.
Yeah.
It's like watching one scene out of a movie or one picture and say, "Oh yeah, I saw that movie." No, you didn't. how can you base something on a long-term perspective and situation when for that moment in time it's like this? See, that's another part of the problem too.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if they're going back to 2018 returns, it's like, okay, well, you're doing that to pay people, and I understand why, because it's probably the last time they got a tax return from somebody, because some people haven't filed from 2019 yet, and we're in 2020. So I kind of get that. But still, I don't give a shit what the reason is. That's still not fair because it's 2020.
And plain
Not
and simple,
2018.
people can do exactly like I did. As soon as I heard they were getting ready to do something like that, I immediately went in and filed for an extension. That way my name's in there,
Right, right.
my social's in there, my current address, all that stuff's in there.
You're following the law. Yeah, good. Good.
You know, I went ahead and filed because I filed an extension every year, and
I usually do too.
yeah, because I haven't gotten it whittled down enough to where I don't still owe.
Every year
Self-employment sucks.
it all sucks. It's all fucking rigged. From 1997 when I started my company till 2017, I owed the government every year. And just in the feds, I owed I paid. I usually owed about 30 grand, but I had 20 paid in. I paid the federal government, just the federal government in taxes, $50,000 a year.
See, mine only comes up to like three or 400 at this point. So
yeah, but that's good. That's good. But
that still is a lot for me.
Well, it's all relative. It's not what you pay; it's what you make.
Right.
Or the other way around. It's not what you make; it's what you pay. However you want to look at it.
Yeah.
But the system is all slanted towards the negative towards us, because when we need help and we need a bailout, and
it ain't there.
This is one of the few times I will say people need help. Okay.
Yeah.
What type of help? Well, again, the government should not intervene into this. They shouldn't. They shouldn't intervene with the people or the private sector as far as business goes. However, they've been involved in it since they decided to get involved in it. So you're in. So now if you're going to be part of the problem, you have to be part or all of the solution, because this is nobody's fault.
Right.
Nobody's
and
fault.
Another piece of that is they're giving the same amount across the board across the U.S., right?
I guess. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, okay, $1,200 in the South.
That's pretty good.
And Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough to pay your bills for a month.
Yeah.
What about in Denver? Will it cover your rent?
Barely for me. Mine's $850 and $930 a month. That's just the rent.
My last apartment in Denver was $1,285.
Yeah, okay.
So it wouldn't have even covered my rent.
See, that's the thing. Why is there a blanket amount when it costs more or less in some areas? You just can't average that out.
Think about New York, California, those places. A 2-bedroom apartment's $2,000 or more.
I don't know, but that's a good. Well, they got the whole country divided in FEMA regions. Why can't they do it at income level regions?
And why can't they just handle the payments through FEMA like they did with the hurricane, with all the other stuff? Why don't they have us go straight to FEMA? If we need help, we go to FEMA, we fill out the application, do it online, whatever.
What is the acronym for FEMA? Federal Emergency Management Association?
Yes.
Or some shit like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that make more sense?
Yeah.
But no, we have McConnell playing turtle.
Love you.
Love you, boo. Have a good day.
Yeah, it's all got to be rechanged. There's been no, the safety net you're talking about. It's like when you go to the circus, that I don't even think they have the circus anymore. But when I was a kid and went to the circus, or you see it on TV, and you got the high-act trapeze people swinging back and forth, and you got that net there.
Yeah.
That rope.
Yeah, we don't have one.
No, we do. We have it, but it's a hologram.
So, that is a great way to put it. Oh my God, I'm so using that, dude.
Well, I'm gonna start charging you for using my shit. All right. Then you charge me $55 a month, and I'm totally being an asshole. What you guys are, what we talked about in private, I appreciate that. But no, that's what it is. It's like, oh, don't worry, if you fall, we'll catch you. Yeah, or the Charlie Brown football thing when Lucy pulls the frickin' football away from Charlie Brown. You know, it's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, it is.
So
That was a great way to put it, though. The whole
and well,
hologram
that's how I see it, to put it in perspective for an analogy. It's like, don't worry,
thing. Oh,
everything's
it's dead
fine.
on. Yeah, it was
And
dead on.
it's not there. So yeah, don't worry, just do your act, life as usual, and we'll catch you if you fall, and you're gonna go splat right on the fucking concrete. And you just want splat on the concrete. That's what we're doing.
That totally just made me think of the opening to Black Sunday.
I don't know what that is.
Or Black Monday. The stock show.
Oh, when they're all throwing themselves out of the high rise. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, on top of his car.
Splat.
I still got to watch that, but that black guy's overacting, in my opinion. I like him, but he's just
Well, he always overacts.
But he's on coke all the time too. So I mean, I guess he would,
Yeah.
because those people are jittery like you would not believe. So over.
Yeah, actually, you know, when you think about it in those terms, he actually did a really good job.
No, I know, but it's too much for me, man. It's just like,
Yeah.
wow. I mean, he's just really an asshole, and he's really over animated. But like I said, he's on coke, so that's what people do.
By the way, second season just started.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have plenty of time to watch stuff, so I might jump back into that. Where the hell is everybody?
Yeah, it's Friday morning, and
No,
Pam is
Thursday.
the only one sitting here yapping. Today's Thursday? No,
Yeah,
today's
Thurs-
Friday. Steven was off yesterday. Trash got picked up yesterday.
Yeah, I don't even know what frickin' day it is. Are you
It's
serious?
Friday, dude.
Is it?
Yes, I'm the one who loses days, not you. What the hell?
Wow.
I
is.
know what day it is and you don't? That's not right.
You know why? Because I'm coming home and I'm laying on this couch that just sucks you in and puts a spell on you and you fall asleep. So you know when it happens, at least to me, you'll take a nap and you'll wake up and you go, fuck, what time is it? I got to go to work. And it's like
Yeah.
freaking 7, 8 o'clock at night because you took a nap. So,
Yeah.
and then I look at my phone, I go, oh, okay. And it's going to be Thursday, but it is Thursday, dumbass. And then I wake up and then I still think it's Thursday when it's actually, I'm all fucked up.
Yeah, you are.
I'm all fucked up. Well, happy Friday. Wow.
Yeah, happy Friday.
So I got paid today for probably the last time in a while, but
Yeah, Steven got paid today. Yay.
huh. So let's fix the world problems right now. So what do we do? I mean, how do we fix this? And don't think that the coffers are not full of money. I know they're not. They're talking about going into debt another 2 trillion just for this Recovery Act thing, or I'm just going to call it a bailout. I don't give a fuck who it's for. It's a bailout.
Yeah.
So now we're going another $2 trillion into debt, which, mark my words, it's going to turn into 4. You can always double what the government tells you. And in my experience, working with people that were connected to the government, without being too revealing. Yeah. So how do they fix this? How do we fix it?
I have no freaking idea.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, I don't think they do either.
There's a reason I'm not in government.
Oh my God. I could never.
Good morning,
Oh.
Lee.
Hello, Lee. Listening while I sleep. How do you do that? Because I'd be like,
Subliminal messaging. Oh, boy, could you imagine the fun we could have with that?
yeah, but it does work. I
totally believe it works. I use it all the time.
I played those meditative vibration crap on YouTube when I'd go to sleep when I was going through my crap. And I'll tell you what, it helped quite a bit with that stuff playing in the background. It does work.
I'll have to send you my Deepak Chopra
Oh, I
ones. They did you ever get involved in their 21-day thingies? Oh, I used to get emails from them all the time when they were doing them. And I'd go through, and of course, at first you could just easily download them. Then they made me work for it.
Yeah.
But I think I've got 2 or 3 complete 21-day meditation sets.
Cool. Where's
And
the
they are
elf?
awesome.
Where's the elf comment coming from, Pamela? She says elf.
Oh, is Lee Alf?
I don't know.
I thought
AKA.
Alf and Lee were two separate people.
Oh, I see what she's saying. AK, otherwise known as elf. That's
Yeah, I've seen Alf in the chat room too. I've seen Alf in plenty of places on Discord, and
I can do elf. So I like him.
I love Alf. I love Alf.
Here, kitty, kitty. Oh my
Him
god.
always chasing that cat.
Yeah. You're in shit. So, well, what do we do? Because this is affecting us. So I mean, what they're going to do, I don't think they really know. I really
And-
honestly don't think they know.
And another big problem with the system, which we've talked about a few times, is the fact that we have so many that are now self-employed, either sole proprietor or a small business.
Yep.
You know?
But I said, and I put this on LinkedIn. I did a video. Real basic. It's a 10-minute video, and it's pretty much essentially says this. When I started my business, I couldn't find any capital to start it.
I've never been able to.
But the first thing people would say is, "How many customers do you have?" And I would say,
Yeah.
"Zero." I would
Yeah,
say,
you're a new
"Zero."
company.
Okay. And anybody that would invest in a company with no customers is a fucking complete idiot. Really.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you're investing in an idea.
Or potential business based on
Right.
just a perspective or a goal or a guess or whatever. It's all speculation. Okay, so
Right.
who's going to invest in speculation? Not me. I wouldn't do that. Somebody came up to me and go, I love you to death. I think you got the greatest potential in the world, but you don't have any customers. So how am I going to get my freaking money back?
Right.
Because if I file bankruptcy, unless you put it in there that they got to pay, whatever. But I'm just saying, who would invest in a company that has no customers? Nobody.
Right. Yeah,
So-
and that's kind of the point I'm at with my my big project, which I've been at that point for years now, is trying to find investors at this point because I don't have the credit to get land on my own. So,
But here's the thing: if you had customers, you'd have income, and you wouldn't be looking
exactly.
for stupid asses. But
If
whatever.
I already had the land and I already was able
Yeah.
to get set up, I'd have people there and I'd be making money.
Yeah, it's all bass backwards. But in any case, so why I put this on not on Facebook, God forbid, LinkedIn. It's like throwing all this money to bail out these corporations without customers or paying customers isn't going to help.
No.
It's not going to help. All it's going to do is throw us further into debt, which is going to make taxes go up. So why would you do that? Why would you capitalize or recapitalize somebody when they don't have any paying customers?
Well, why do they throw $1 trillion at the stock market when it's in a free fall?
Yeah, I don't know that part. That the whole stock market's rigged. That's the casino.
Well,
Just
it's
never
the
go to
same
freaking
type of
Vegas.
thing.
I
It's the same
understand
type
that.
of thing.
I understand that, but this is different because this is people's livelihood.
Exactly.
And they're
Well,
not
yeah, I
working
get that.
and they don't have a job. So
Yeah.
you want to go to Vegas or buy stocks with your money, that's your business. It's not really gonna, unless you're dumb enough to go into margin or bet everything you have on a roulette table. That's your problem. But this is bringing an income in to provide for you and your family. This is totally different.
Oh,
And
I agree.
people are scared to death because they're going to lose their job, and there's no rosy picture here. You're going to lose your job. I'm sorry.
Everybody is.
Yeah, and they go, well, it'll be a bridge loan, and there'll be mandates or rules that they can't fire people. It's like, okay, dumbass. Just like the Obamacare, where like, okay, we got to pay for it for full-time employees. We'll just make you a part-time employee. Go fuck yourself. Or they're gonna decrease your pay or get rid of your benefits or whatever. Companies are in business to make business, and Wall Street will always outsmart Washington, D.C. Okay. You mark my words, they're going to get all this money. And yeah, they won't fire anybody, but they'll cut their pay. They'll do this, they do that. They'll do whatever
Yeah.
they can to save their company because they've done it in the past. And in their defense, that's what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, yeah, that's what they're supposed to do, technically. You know,
Right.
ethically maybe not, but technically.
But I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's the cruise lines, the casinos, the airlines, the restaurant industry, which is really tied to me and my industry, the HVAC refrigeration industry, the broadcasting industry. I don't really care what industry it is. If you don't have paying customers, throwing money at it is not going to fix the problem.
Right? No, it won't. And that $1 trillion should have gone to something else. That was
Well,
$1 trillion frickin' dollars
Uh-huh.
that got flushed down the toilet along with all the frickin' hoarded toilet paper.
Yeah. So
You know?
again, instead of giving it to all these companies, Boeing, everybody's like, we can't let Boeing fail. They're our only airplane manufacturer. Well, you know what? Then they should be bulletproof and they shouldn't have been affected by this thing. That company,
Exactly.
in my opinion, was mismanaged because if that's the case, then they're a monopoly.
Yep.
The only competition they have is Airbus, and that's in Europe. So everybody go, well, we can't let that happen because that's the only airline we have manufacturer. Well, you know what? Then guess who's going to get the freaking business? Airbus.
Yep.
Dumbass. That's how it works. So this is just like 2008 all over again. It's really it's like me. If I get fired, I'm probably going to and I won't do it until I get fired or laid off, incorporate and start my own business
Right.
and bring things into my own hands like I did back in 1997 when I was shoved off the ship and I didn't have a choice. I feel I'm shoved off the ship again. I have no control over what happened to me.
No, and honestly, nobody really has any control over this whole situation. Everybody's in
That's
that.
what I'm saying. So what do you do? Do you because I said this in my little spiel on LinkedIn too. I go, if you're just going to sit there and collect unemployment and expect $1,000 a month from the government, and all your goal for the day is to keep an eye out when the mail carrier delivers your check, you don't have what it takes to survive this.
And quite honestly, you're going to be lucky if you even see that money.
Well, I know that's a whole. I know that's the whole different. But that's what they're telling us.
Yeah,
If
I
people
know.
are just going to accept it, which they should accept it. But if they're just going to be complacent and sit in their underwear with no socks on and be on fucking television, and that's a joke. But and just wait for your check to show up, then you don't have what it takes. You're
No.
part of the problem.
Yeah. Totally.
What's up, wandering? It's about time. What time is it? Can I insult? Can I keep insulting the listeners? Maybe that's. By the way, you want to put the phone number up there, or did you? I'm sorry, I don't know if you did or not. I'm not. Really
No, I didn't yet, actually.
So, and then I'll say it too for people that are listening. But really, honestly, being an employee and then an employer, and I've seen both sides and dealing with corporate. I got a lesson in corporate politics that I couldn't have paid for. Dealing with the government, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
If you don't do something to help control your outcome or your destiny, or how corny you want to get with this thing, you're going to be stuck.
Oh, yeah.
And the opportunity, again, I cannot tell you, is it's like you come to a fork in the road and there's 5 forks. Okay, why choose this one? Then you go down the road. Now there's four forks. Now there's 3. Now there's 2. Now there's 2. You either just accept with this into submission and go, well, what am I going to do? I lost my job. It's out of my control. The fucking coronavirus did it, whatever. And I'm just going to sit home and collect my paychecks. Oh, okay. Or you can do that, which I think you should, because this is out of your control. But what do you do from there? Do you sit there and wait for opportunity to come knocking to you, or a headhunter calling you to get a job? No, because here's what's going to happen. This is my opinion, all the big corporations for the most part are going to survive. How they survive, whether they're recapitalized from the government or their stock runs so low if they're a publicly traded company, people are going to jump in and buy the stock to buy it to make money, and their company's going to get recapitalized. And that's the way it should work. That's capitalism. But mom and pa and you and this network and people that don't have that on the stock market for a stock to purchase the company,
Yeah.
they're going to go under because you don't have any way to raise any capital.
Nope.
So all these mom, pa, medium, small businesses, which is they say on the news is 60% of our economy, are going to go bye-bye.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, somebody asked me yesterday, how long would your business last without any income? And I said, maybe a month, because my receivables would catch up and I'd get it. That's if they paid me. Okay. I'm just assuming that I'm going to get paid, which I probably wouldn't. But my receivables at any given time were around between $80,000 and $100,000, $120,000, depending on the time of the year.
Yeah.
So I could survive on that for a month. But when that all comes due and I get paid, I haven't been billing because I don't have any customers. So the next 30 days are going to be atrocious because I'm not going to have any money to operate on.
Well, yeah.
So I would say this, I would go, you have 30 days for your business to make it. If you don't start getting paying customers in 30 days from when all this shit happened, I'm sorry to say, you're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, Bill. So what are you going to do then as an employee or even a business? Because if you're BK, you're BK. So what do? Do you fold and you start another company, or how do you good luck finding capital for that?
Oh man. Okay, so that just brought up memories. Okay, so I used to work in radio. I used to do marketing sales. And I started off as the executive secretary. Mm-hmm. And my boss, Bob Flott, oh wow, the stories I heard from that man about doing business. He would start a business. Somehow he would manage to pull all kinds of money out of it, but then he would bankrupt it. And then just start another one.
No, he was vampiring it. So that's whatever.
Yeah, it was bizarre. Uh-huh. And I saw this happen when I was, let's see, Ree was like two and a half years old. Mm-hmm. So we're talking 24 years ago.
Wow.
And so I got a really early lesson in that whole scheme of making money and bankrupting and making money and bankrupting and that whole cycle that a lot of these quote unquote rich people use to get their money. Mm-hmm. It was absolutely bizarre to watch.
There's people out there like that. There's no arguing it. So I never did it. I mean, I had people's livelihoods and they had kids to feed and I had customers to take care of and blah, blah, blah. I mean, mine was a legitimate business. So.
Well, I mean, the radio station was a very legitimate business. The bank took it over and that's actually how I moved from being the executive secretary into sales, which I did much better at.
Okay, then I should say, what was their purpose? I mean, legitimate business is whatever, but
yeah,
what was the purpose of the business?
Well, it was a radio station. Yeah, it was a physical radio station.
The whole the whole radio industry sucked from the beginning. So those people can't navigate through anything. So just my opinion. And I saw that with the Loop in Chicago that was around for 30 years and they sold out to K-Love.
Yeah.
They couldn't manage their, they tried taking control and direct it and base it by profit and loss. And that's when that's the beginning of the end. So just gotta let people do what they want to do. And then the money will come.
Yeah.
It's always been a problem in radio. Program directors, for COOs, CFOs, presidents, fucking whatever their title is, and they have their degree, and well, this is how it works, and this is how we're going to do it. Well, no, because you're dealing with talent and spontaneity. You're not dealing with product. You're not selling widgets. So
Right.
that's a commodity that you have to appreciate that you have, which is in your people, and people don't understand people to begin with, let alone treat them right. So when you start restraining them and telling them, Nikki Haley, who I'm not a big fan of, but she quit working for the president and went to Boeing, and Boeing says we're going to take a bailout, and she resigned because she says I don't think the government has any place in doing that. So, and I agree with her. I mean, I don't like her, but I agree with her. The government has no business in bailing people out. So she quit. She resigned. So,
Wow.
because that's not the way it's supposed to work. So figure it out. You fucked it up. Boeing was in trouble anyway.
Boeing's been in trouble since the frickin' 70s.
Well, geez, let's make fucking planes that don't fly. I mean, what do you think's gonna happen? Jesus Christ.
Duh. Well, we gotta have a meeting about this. Our planes keep falling out of the sky, and that's a problem.
No shit. If I lost one life in my business, directly or indirectly, in my company, I would resign. I would resign. I couldn't live
Oh,
with it.
yeah. Hey, have you noticed all these freaking CEOs resigning lately?
Yeah, because the end is coming. There's no way out of this. I can't express that. There's no customers. They're smart enough to understand this. There's
Yeah.
no customers, so they're going to take their money while they can. They're going to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
They're not going to go down with the ship like a captain should, like I did. You should take your company and run it into the ground, whether it's your fault or not. But see, now they got a reputation, and that doesn't look very good on a resume.
Nope.
Yeah, I was CEO of Acme Roadrunner Company, and it ended up going BK and bankrupt, and I was in charge. Well, that's not going to get you a job. So they're all a bunch of cowards. They're all conditional, and they're all taking their money in their golden parachutes, and they're leaving all of us to hang, to die, just to die, to wither and go away, because they don't have an income. They're
Yeah.
not stupid. They're selfish and they're assholes, but you know what? I don't know if that's smarter than we are or not, but when things get better, they'll come right back in, and some dumb company will hire them. And instead of looking at it like, well, you bailed and you got out and you left us to die, they're going to go, oh, you did the smart thing. And so yeah, we'll hire you because you didn't run the company into the ground, and you're not to blame. It's so fucked up. Again, it needs to change.
Oh, I agree completely.
Yeah, but it won't. Somebody will hire
Of course
him.
not.
They'll hire him. All these CEOs that, they're gonna, oh well, I'm retired, I'm done. Yeah, but my ass.
Well, most of them are old enough and have enough money that it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, but they'll get on some board of directors of some company or
Yeah.
corporation or whatever. They're gonna have some type of income. They're not gonna totally fall off the face of the earth forever. But they're jumping ship. They're a bunch of cowards. So
Okay, so I just had to. I haven't thought about Bob Flott and KPSA radio in like forever. And so I had to look it up.
yep.
And okay, I watched Bob go into a couple other businesses and make money and destroy them before I left New Mexico. And that SOB is running a radio station again.
Oh, see? Whatever.
What the hell?
Yeah, those people are immune to not being hired. I've dealt with people that it seems like the biggest asshole gets promoted, and then they either quit or they get fired or whatever. But they're like a bad penny or a psychotic girlfriend or boyfriend. They always come back around. You can't get rid of them, and they get jobs. And it just defies. Just I don't even know if it defies it. It's just like it makes me like go, really? Really?
I honestly figured I would look him up and that he would have passed by now.
Yeah,
It's not like he was a young man back then.
Well, you know what? God bless them and good, whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
when incompetence comes up and it's obvious, and you still get hired. I mean, I took a company. It's always about me, I guess, but I took a company with $10,000 of my own money and turned it into $30 million.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm a fucking service tech now by my choice. But it's like, really? I didn't have job offers of presidents and vice presidents and blah 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 to run a company. You know, and my whole demise was not entirely all my fault. So I don't get it. I just I really don't. I don't understand it. But I think it's part of things that need to change across the board.
Well, you know what? I think I may actually contact him and see if he wants help with his website because his website sucks.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'm gonna help. You're gonna help me with mine when I finally do jump.
Yes.
Yeah. So yesterday, I don't know what people are thinking. I don't know what kind of mindset they're in. I wish people would call and share it, but you're gonna get scared. You're gonna get afraid, and then you're gonna get angry. But you're just still gonna sit there waiting for your check to come in the mailbox. So I'm one of the few people that probably went to Sam's Club yesterday and actually bought QuickBooks Pro with payroll service for a year, and bought that and walked out of there with that, where everybody in there was probably going in there trying to buy 10 bags of cat litter by what I saw. So you're going to have to ask yourself what you're going to do, because jobs, when this thing's all over, jobs are not going to be plentiful. I mean, it'll be a quick rebound, but it's going to flatten out real fast.
Yeah.
And chances are you're probably still not going to have a job. So what are you going to do? And you're not going to get paid by the government forever. They can't do that. So what I did is I went and bought QuickBooks and I loaded it and I got familiar with the program again, loaded some shit in there, did this, did that. And it's going to be progressive and fragmented. Instead of sitting here waiting for the mail person to bring the check, I am going to plan my future. That may or may not happen. But if that does happen, I'll be ready for it. But I'm not really going to put my faith and livelihood and trust into getting hired or rehired or the government paying my bills. I just don't think that's a wise choice.
Well, no, it never is.
Yeah, but that's what people do.
Well, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to break your cycle in this stuff, because I mean, how? Again, I'm 56. I don't have a pot to piss in. I busted my ass since I was 16 years old. And I've been following the system for that amount of time. And it's still not working.
All I can say is I've been plugging along for the last 20 years. You know?
Yeah, but that's what people are going to do. But that's based in an economy that has paying customers, and there ain't a coronavirus contaminating the entire planet. So,
Well, yeah.
so
And
this
I
is the
mean,
whole-
hopefully my industry will actually blossom right now. So
yeah.
it would be nice.
Wandering Americans racking their brain for what? See that?
Yeah. Oh, she used her last of her generator gas. That's not good.
Well, if you need gas for if you have PayPal or some shit, I'll send you something to give you something. That's ridiculous. You need that.
Yeah, wandering, shoot me an email on the website, please. Just
Yeah.
use the contact form and shoot me an email.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have you without gas. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. That's definitely an essential. So
Yeah.
for her. We're not going to let you starve to death or freeze to. Well, you're in Florida. You're not going to freeze to death. But whatever's going to happen, you need electricity. So
Yeah.
I still want to go down there and see her, but I'm scared to death because now I keep hearing maybe potential lockdown on Monday and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not going to get stuck.
I think
Stuck.
just my own personal prediction, I think we're gonna get a more local shutdown announcements today.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to continue to get them through the weekend. And I think on Monday is when the hammer's going to come down.
Yeah, it may. I don't know. I think they're going to make it so restrictive that it's just going to be an involuntary.
They're going to have to. It's the only way. That's why I think they're going to do a lot more of the localized shutdowns. Because as everybody's seeing these localized shutdowns, everybody's going, "Oh, is my town going to do that?" You know, I mean, Red's area is now officially on shutdown.
Where's she at?
She's down there in Sandwich County. I don't know how to pronounce that stupid.
In Colorado?
Yeah. Yeah, she's down there. I gotta look at a map. Hang on. But it's like Sandwich County, I think.
Uh-huh.
But they are officially on shelter in place status. And so whenever as they get more of these done over the weekend, that's the lead in. They're easing us, just like we've been saying this whole time. They're easing us into that final smack in the face of, okay, you can't leave your house now. And from what I've quote unquote heard, you know, take it with a grain of salt, but it's the things that I've heard that have been kind of verified by multiple people. The major hammer is going to come down. It is going to be extremely strict to begin with. They've got to get all the National Guard into place before they can actually do it.
Right, yeah.
And that takes time.
Yeah. Be home at 5 p.m. or you'll be shot on sight.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so she lives like just south of Salida.
Okay.
Crestone, Powderhorn, Alamosa all kind of go around her county.
I have a question which was inspired by Alex Jones, I'll say. Why is Walmart and all these other big stores still open, but they're making it mandatory that all the mom and pop places shut down?
Good question. Because they're big corps, is the first obvious answer. I couldn't answer that, honestly, other than that.
Yeah, I can't either, except they're going to get richer. So, I mean, I
which, on that part, I just got to say, and I posted this yesterday on Facebook.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm a little peeved right now.
Uh-oh. I don't want pissed women in my fucking life. Sorry. Doesn't end up
okay, so, you know, there's a very large sector of society that has been fighting for a living wage. And of course, everybody says, those fast food workers and grocery store workers, they don't deserve that $15 an hour so that they can actually pay their bills. Guess what, people? Those are the people saving your ass from starving. Mic drop.
Oh. Yeah, it's true.
You know,
it's not necessarily the dollar amount, though. It's the purchasing power too. So it's such an illusion. Again, it's that illusion of that safety net. Oh, don't worry, everything's fine. We'll catch you. No, they keep giving a dollar. So
what I'm talking about though is everybody's all against these fast food workers and people working minimum wage jobs, making a wage that they don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs in order to pay their bills.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what, people? Okay, you were one of the big arguments. Oh, well, then what about those first responders, the ambulance workers, the EMTs, and all them? You know, they should be making more than $15 an hour. Well, yeah, because it should go up.
Right.
It should go up regardless. Whatever position you're in should go up that same amount of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? Those minimum wage people right now are the ones that are still working. They are the ones making sure that those stores are open, that those fast food places are open, so that your fat ass can eat.
Yep.
They
Well,
deserve that $15 an hour. They deserve to be able to pay their bills without having to work 80, 90 hours a week. They're your saviors now. Show them some fucking respect.
no, they won't.
Sorry. Like I said,
No.
that was one of my big pet peeves.
I hear you. I mean, I make $31 an hour, and I'm a service technician, so I'm just a repair guy, you know. And sometimes I get looks, and I'm like, you know what? You have no fucking idea.
You are in a skilled trade.
I understand that, but still, I'm looked as a repair guy, a
Yeah.
mechanic, a mechanic,
Yeah.
a grease
As a
monkey.
peon.
Yeah, yeah, a blue collar guy works with his hands, asshole. That's what I'm. That's how I'm looked at.
And that's the thing is all of our blue collar, all of our fucking minimum wage, all those people, they're the ones that keep our friggin' lives going, people.
Yeah,
They deserve respect.
you can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, the lower skill job, the pay should increase with higher skill jobs. So
I agree.
yeah,
But that doesn't mean you deny somebody the ability to pay their frickin' bills for
No, I'm not saying
doing
that,
40
but that-
hours worth of work.
again, it's more than just the hourly wage. It's the
I know.
purchasing power. So, you know, if $3 bought you a lot more than it did, then they could survive on $3 an hour. So it's all relative again to monetary policy from the government printing the fuck out of money. $15 an hour. What does $15 buy you today?
Not a
have to work
whole
an
hell of a
hour.
lot.
Yeah. What does $15 buy you?
It doesn't even buy you a tank of gas to be able to get to and from work.
What does $15 buy you working an hour for? And that's gross.
Yeah, because you're actually making only like 12.
Yeah, and you're gonna sit there and fucking bitch about they get paid too much. You can go fuck yourself. I'm with you on this one. So
And I didn't mean to get so worked up about it, but man, that just chaps my hide.
yeah, I know. So
It
Well-
really does.
on a positive note or whatever, can we talk? Can we talk about what happened yesterday with somebody coming on the air here, possibly, or no?
What happened yesterday?
Oh, really? Wow.
Did I already forget?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
holy
the
shit.
next thing you're gonna say it's fucking Thursday.
I will. I'm not, I hate using my medical stuff as an excuse. But right now, my anxieties are like top notch. And once they get to a certain level, I start losing memory.
You were looking for people to fill slots here as hosts, and I.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
We have new shows starting soon.
Oh my god. Are you sure you're competent to run this network?
In my current mental state, that is actually kind of questionable.
Oh god, that's funny.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag or upset anybody, but that's very exciting news. That is very
Yes, it
exciting.
actually is. We actually are. We have got. I talked to Scarlett yesterday, and we have got like 4 or 5 new shows that are going to be starting up real soon.
There you go.
I've got multiple ones that have been talking to me. Scarlett's been having multiple people talking to her. We said we were going to completely expand our lineup, you know, during this shutdown, and boy, are we!
I'm going to tell you something without naming names. I'm not going to name her, but she is going to be a wonderful addition to this.
Yes, I am. I'm very much looking forward to Val.
She is very, very, very smart, intelligent, intuitive. She's been through a lot of crap. She was one of the first original veterans on the other network that I'm not going to name that I was at also.
Right.
And we became friends and blah, 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 blah. And we've had plans to do things too that never really panned out. And yeah, I mean, she's just, she's probably going to be the #1 show on here. After give her, yeah, I'm serious, to give her some time because she has a lot of followers,
Cool.
lot of followers.
That's cool.
Yeah, and she has a lot of stories. a lot.
Yeah. Apparently, she and her co-host had just signed up over on Blog Talk, and they were already having issues with Blog Talk. Go figure.
Blog Talk sucks, man. She knows that.
Yeah. Well,
Blog
it's
Talk-
also for people just starting out. It's one of the more well-known places, and it's obviously one of the cheaper places, not by much, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's already having problems with it, and I totally thought she was still with that other network,
Yeah.
but apparently she's not. So
Yeah, I kind of got the vibe that she wasn't, but I'm disappointed she didn't ask me to be her co-host. Wow, I'm offended. No, I'm just kidding. No, Val can do it or whatever. Sorry, she can do whatever the hell she wants. So I mean, that's great. But wherever she's at or whatever she does, it's just going to be, or whoever she's doing it for or with, it's just going to be nothing but positive things. She really makes you think, and very, very, very informative. She'll go down some shit that I don't even know about, which is more around the religion and that kind of stuff, which is fascinating to me. But she knows her shit. She's gonna really impress a lot of people. So
cool beans.
oh yeah, it's a good move. It's a great move. It's probably the best move you could have done for this network. So you and Scarlett. So it's gonna be amazing. The sooner you get her ass on here, the better it's gonna be. So
Well, I'm hoping we can get her on by next week. So
there you go. I encourage that. One show that's coming up. I don't know what she's going to call it, but I'm not going to say it. I could kind of guess, but yeah, you watch out for that one next week.
well, I know she's currently. I've already got the artwork, by the way. That's how quick this is moving.
You're not messing around. Wow.
Yeah, I've already got her artwork, and her banner is the COVID-19 report.
Oh, she's focusing. Really? Whoa.
Yeah.
Huh. Whoa. So she's immersing herself and see, watch out. Once she immerses herself into something, you better watch out. So that's what I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, I love people that go down rabbit holes. I friggin' love it.
She's got plenty. She makes Bugs Bunny look like a fucking rookie for all the ratings. Yeah. Trust me on that one. She's got stories. Jeez. And like I said, she wrote a book too, because and I read it and I was fascinated. I thought I've been through a lot of shit. That woman's been through a ton of shit, and it's public information. I'm not going to share any of it, but I read the book, and it was like maybe a 50, 60 page book at the most, but I went through it in a day, and then I interviewed her about it. So
Cool.
fascinating book. So about her autobiography. So very, very good. So, well, good. I'm glad. That's a positive note. That's really, really going to help here. Really going to help.
Yeah, we've got some exciting shows coming up. I don't even know what they're all about. I just know that we've got like 4 or 5 like on standby right now waiting for us.
Right.
And if anybody, I mean, seriously, if anybody out there wants to do their own show, get a hold of us.
Yeah, and I can't stress this because when I started this, I was in the chat room years ago, back in 12, 13 years ago, and I started in the chat room, and then I was invited to have a show, and don't worry about your voice or don't worry about what you're gonna say or not gonna say, because that will all come with time.
Yep.
But if you really want to work on your voice, the mic I'm using is $200-300. The one I gave you is $100, but that's a good mic, believe it or not.
It's an awesome mic.
And then if you really, really are irritated by your voice, this is going to sound counterintuitive. Download Audacity onto your computer, and it's free, and record yourself and listen to how you're speaking and what you're saying. And the only advice I could give on that is drop your voice 1 note and then start working on your cadence. But not only is it imperative to be a good speaker, it's just as imperative to be a good listener.
Yes, it is.
So if you think you're going to come on here and say all your rants and all the shit like I do. You know, not all the time though, but when I get into my rants, it's like, fuck you guys, you're going to listen to what I have to say because I can. It's my show. It's your network. It's my show. But whatever. But you also have to give the respect and the opportunity for someone to reciprocate on that, whether they agree with you or disagree with you or just share their opinion. So
Right.
that is just as important. And if you really listen to people talking, that's why I'm a little concerned with roundtables, because more than 3 people, everybody wants to interject and interrupt and get their piece in. And the whole message is gone because listeners can't hear people talking over each other and it gets irritating.
That's
So-
why you and I end up kind of falling off into the background.
Well, yeah, because that, like you've said before, it's like, oh, you still there? I go, yeah, I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
And one time you were having a moment, and I'm not going to sit there and, oh, yeah, that's right. But this right. Like, no, you got to let people talk. Let them talk.
And if they're having a moment, let them have their moment.
That's right. Because it's not all about you and your show and being center stage. It's more important that the people that you have on have the stage. So, and then you play off of them. I hear in acting, that's what it is. It's not, you're only as good as an actor as the other people in the room. And what they do is they play off of each other and they raise
Yeah.
other people up. That's the same thing here. You just can't steal the show. Well, I'm the star. Look at me, and I get all the roles and the close-ups and the funny lines, and nobody else does. Everybody else can go fuck themselves. Well, you're going to be a horrible actor. No one's going to want to work with you, and your movies are going to suck. Sorry, that's just the way it is. So,
Yeah, I've actually received quite a few compliments about the way that you and I work together.
you have,
Yes, I have.
and you haven't shared that. You're holding out on me. Oh my God! You only tell me when people complain and swear and everything else. You don't give me the good news.
Well, you must not be listening because I've said that a few times now.
I know, but I thought that was your opinion. But so you've had that then.
Yeah, yeah. People love the way that you and I communicate because even though we're on opposite sides a lot of the time,
And I'm right and you're wrong. But go ahead. Yeah,
well, we've already established the fact that I'm always right. So
here we go.
give that up.
No, you're left. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Boy.
Boy, but left-handed people are always in their right minds.
Ha! Okay. We're going
My
down the
my
road.
grandma's left-handed, so I used to hear that growing up all the
Yes.
time.
So is my ex-wife. I don't want to go there. So go ahead.
But yeah, they love the way that we actually are able to discuss things without completely ripping each other apart. And then on things that we do agree on, we really get our information out
Right.
from different points of view. Because you and I are completely different people. We come from completely different backgrounds.
Mhm.
But we are proof positive that no matter how different people are, we can all communicate if we take the time to listen. And that goes right back to what you were saying about listening when you're a host of a show.
Right. Or co-host or even a guest or whatever. I mean, you can sit there and spew whatever you want. And you and I can come on here and agree, oh yeah, I agree with you. And, you know, I don't want to offend you, Melissa, because you're the owner, but you don't want to offend me because I'm the host of the show. Like, you know, it's all a bunch of crap. You know, we should be able to say whatever we got to say, whatever, regardless of your upbringing, background, political affiliation, position, whatever. This is truly an open forum. And the last thing you want to hear is like, well, you know, last thing I want to hear from you, not that you would ever say this, or me saying it to you, you know, well, I don't like what you said and I was offended and I didn't want to say nothing on the air, you know, and don't say that again. You know, no, that's never happened. And right? That's never happened, right, Melissa? Between you and I?
I can't say that it ever has.
No, it
but
has.
you and I also, we're both very strong personalities. And we ultimately, we just don't give a shit.
Well, and that's
So-
yeah, and pretty much when I leave this show stays here, but I do listen to it in the truck because I want to hear how good of a show it was in my own assessment. where I
Right.
can improve on it or whatever, or if I actually got the message across that I was trying to get across. But the point I'm saying is that what this show is, it's real, and there's nothing in the background saying, well, whatever. There's no
Yeah.
manipulation going on. There's no steering. There's no agenda. This show is what it is, and that's the way I want it to be. And the day that it's not, it'll be time for me to move on. So,
Oh, I agree.
and that's what I'm saying. So, that's what this has to be. So if you're looking for, if you're in the chat room, you've made the first step doing your own show. I mean, I think Wandering American would do a great show. That's just my opinion.
Oh, I think she would do an awesome show. She should totally do an off the grid type show.
Yeah, you should do an off the grid show, Wandering. You really should. So, because you're number one, you're living it. So you're not going to be a hypocrite, and you have a ton of information. You're staying up with what's going on in real time. And I just saw Jim Rickards, who's a really big financial guy, and he's got himself holed up in a mountain up in northern New England, probably close to Canada. He's growing his own food. He's got a greenhouse. It's 25 degrees outside. There's snow on the ground. And he's been preparing for this for years. And in my own defense, before my life went to hell and everything was taken from me, I was doing that. I was buying silver and gold. We went and looked at a mountaintop property on the top of a mountain in Washington State, right next to the Canadian border. But see, that was 12, 13 years ago. So
Yeah.
I can't do anything. So I'm kind of envious in him, because back then you were considered crazy and nuts. And Jim Rickards is a very, very, very intelligent man. But see, Wandering's doing this.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about the subject. See, that's the thing. Don't worry about. It's like going out on a date. Okay, this is an analogy that I can use from experience. It's like going out on a date and you don't know what you're going to talk about. Trust me. Trust me. Now,
It'll come.
It'll come. If the chemistry isn't there between you and your date, then there isn't going to be any conversation. But chances are that's 1 out of 10. But when you're there and you go on a date and you start warming up to each other and you find out what chemistry or connections or commonality you have, you just start talking. I had dinner dates that were off of online, which I don't recommend from online dating because it sucks. But she was a higher upper administrative person in a school district back in Illinois, and we got along for over 2 hours on our first date, just sitting there having a great time.
I love dates like that.
Well, yeah, we connected. But then a week later, she texts me and goes, well, I don't think we have anything in common. And I'm like, what the fuck? Really?
Wow.
Really? Then why did we sit there for 2 hours and have drinks and just talk and blah, 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 and just had a great old time and agreed to go out on another date? And a week, I think she probably met somebody else. Whatever. I don't know. Or she got back together with her significant other. Who knows? But the point is that you can't have an agenda or an outline or what you're going to talk about, what you're not going to talk about. Fuck all of that. Just come on here, turn the mic on, and in the beginning, it's going to be awkward and kind of weird. But after that point, things just start flowing. And phone calls in the chat room, I could come on here, Melissa could come on here without either one of us. And when people just start coming into the chat room, that can be your guide right there, because when people are talking in the chat room, you can play off of that. So
yeah,
you don't need to have a subject. The subjects will come to you. So there you go. See, I can talk off grid all day long. There you go. You don't need to do it all day long. You only need to do it for an hour or 2 or 3 or fucking whatever.
And I can tell you, I would call into an off-grid show because that's where I want to be so bad.
There you go. So I think you should talk to Melissa about it, and I think you should do it.
I think so too.
Yeah. And if you want to get past what you're going to talk about, I mean, I don't sense she has a fear of talking at all.
Well, no, because I mean, whenever you call in, I mean, we have great conversations. So
right, and she can call on the Scarlet Show, which I might do tonight. She's on tonight, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Give her a fair warning. I might call in.
Okay.
But Wandering can call into her show, Dwayne's show. I watched a little bit of
Yeah.
that. She can call into our show, which she has. She can call into Ron's show. She can call into Val's show when she's finally here. She can do whatever she wants because once you start doing that and you break that ice, then you'll see where things go. And then the only difference is you're hosting the show. It's the only difference. You're running the meeting. You're still in the meeting, but you're running it. So who fucking cares? But there, with my show or this show or our show, there's no rules. It's wide open. You could call in here and talk about freaking cutting your grass. I don't really, whatever. I don't care. Whatever you want to talk about, you can call in, and it's not off the table. So there you go. So I think she should do it.
Yeah. I invite anybody who's got the cojones to put that mic in front of their face. And I mean, I've told the story before, but whenever I first started doing shows, it was with my old business partner, and she suckered me. She totally suckered me.
Mm-hmm.
She called me up one morning, asked me if I would like to be a guest on her show. And I'm like, sure, no problem. When is it? In 15 minutes. Because she knew damn well that if she gave me any kind of a length of time,
Mm-hmm.
I'd figure out a way to back out of it.
Yeah, you told me that story.
Yeah.
He knows you very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, she got me on there, and we did a show for over 2 years.
Yeah, look at that. Ron likes her, says Pamela, and Wandering didn't even know that. So, I mean, but it's not, don't look it for popularity and people to like you. So, because believe me, you're gonna, if you have a hard problem with people not liking you, then I wouldn't do it. Because no matter what, half the people are not gonna like you. So,
I actually got kind of a kick out of it when we were first starting to get our haters.
yeah.
It's like, hey, we got to somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not even here anymore, from what I know, or they're listening and they're not saying anything, which I could care less. But
Right.
this isn't a popularity contest. And if you get into survival and living off the grid, get ready. You're going to be called an extreme crazy nut job. But I think the timing's perfect for this because what are you going to do? Here's some more gloom and doom. What are you going to do when you don't have a job? You can't pay your rent. You're probably going to get thrown out. You could technically be homeless. So now what are you going to do? Because you don't have the mental fortitude and education to survive on your own off the grid. I mean, tell me what being homeless and off the grid, what the difference is. I don't think anything, actually. Good. Well, good for you. That's good, Wandering American. Fuck them. Yeah. Who cares what they think? Because you know what? They're going to be the ones that are going to be asking for you for help and guidance and how to get through this stuff. This is going to be, and this isn't me talking, they are saying this is going to be as bad or greater than the Depression of 1929.
Right. Except that this time around, we have a whole lot more technology. We have a whole lot of ways that we can live off grid without losing a lot of our conveniences.
Right. But again, you have to have the mental fortitude or the mental capability to deal with that, because whether you voluntarily live off the grid or not, when this shit goes down, you're going to be off the grid and you ain't going to have a choice. At least right now you have a choice, and you can decide to learn about it and say, what if worst scenario cases happen? And there's nothing wrong with it if you want to survive.
We should actually do a few shows about living off the grid and things you can do when your electric gets cut off or your water gets cut off, or because I mean, there's no telling what we're about to go through.
Then why don't we help Wandering American with this, and why don't we have a show? And I don't want to show in real time. I want to show from the very beginning where she decided, I need to do this. I'm going to do it, and make a progressive story out of it so she can share that. And then she can have her own show, and whoever wants to listen to her can follow her to her show.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
All right. Well, talk to her about it and let's set it up. And um,
Yeah, you need to email me anyway, wondering about your gas and stuff. So um, we'll definitely start this conversation.
yeah, because it's not just the process of doing it, it's getting the mental fortitude or mental plan or the mental thinking that I have to do this or I may have to do this. So how do I prepare myself mentally to do that? That's where I want to go. I don't want to go, well, you need to buy a generator that I run out of gas with and I need money for. I mean, I'm being an asshole, but I don't want to
Yeah.
hear the real term what you're dealing with now. I want to know the mental psyche and the mental strength and the thinking and the programming or the education or whatever the knowledge that you need, that if you're thrown out on the street out of your control from that perspective, Tim, you lost your job, you can't pay the rent, you're out of here. Okay, that's the thinking I want right there, the situation. Where do I go from here? And if I don't believe in living off the grid or any soul survival crap or whatever you want to call it, I'm fucked. So what does a person do from the time they step over that threshold and they're thrown out of their house, they're thrown out of their apartment, they lost their job? What foot do you put in front of the other and where do you go? That's what I want to know.
Right. Yeah, it takes a lot to make that jump.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you're not going to accept it and deal with it until it's thrown at you. And if it's thrown at you and you're not prepared in any way, shape, or form, whether it's prepared foods or a little bit of extra money or a bug out plan to go somewhere. I mean, Ron keeps preaching on having energy management backup plan, which I agree with. People don't even have that. So, what do you do, like most people that don't have a plan and don't believe in this crap, and it can never happen to them? And now it's happened to you as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? The
Yeah, I
Wonderful
mean,
World of Wanda? What the fuck is that? Sounds like a bad movie. What is that? That's a stupid title. I'm sorry. You think my show's stupid? That's a dumb title. Don't use that. No, no disrespect, Pamela. I mean, that's great. Keep throwing shit out there, but don't use that one. Don't use it. It's really hard to name a show. It really
it
is.
really is. When it comes to businesses, shows, pretty much anything you do that requires a name,
Oh, it's horrible. A business.
that is
Oh,
that is one of the hardest pieces of starting your own business.
mm-hmm.
The hardest part is figuring out what you want to do. The second hardest is figuring out your name. Once you have those two pieces, you're golden. Everything else will fall into place.
Right, right. I think it should have a title of off grid though, because when I met the chick from the Illuminati allegedly, that's a big thing right now. Off grid is a big term, allegedly, according to her, even going up to Bill Gates
Oh yeah.
and people like that. Off grid is being um is grabbing the attention of all these elites from what I was told. And
Okay.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, just that's what I was going to say. It is definitely a buzzword or something, a philosophy or a plan of action for these elites, because they don't want communities tied to the grid in this anymore. They want it all to be self-sufficient, according to her. So,
Yeah. So Bonnie has thrown out a couple of names. The Wanderer, which you could have a tagline with, the off grid part. Wanderlust off grid. I like that one.
there you go. That's not
I
bad at
like
all.
that one.
That's
I
not
like
bad
that
at
one.
all. Where are you getting these from? I don't see them.
But Bonnie is in the website chat.
Oh, okay. Look at this.
Off grid Wanderlust.
How about Survivor Die? No, it's a little extreme. Whatever. No, but I like that one. The one you just said. Where is it?
She did it both Wanderlust off grid and off grid Wanderlust. I like the Wanderlust off grid. Definitely gives us some things to play around with for you.
Yeah, no, I like that one though. What is it? Wanderlust what? What is it?
Wanderlust off grid.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too.
There it is. Wanderlust. Lust off grid. Yeah, that's
And Wandering likes it too, Bonnie.
off grid. You know, I like that. I don't off grid wanderlust. Wanderlust off grid.
I like that Wanderlust off grid. It rolls off the tongue well.
Yep.
And it's total. It pulls in your name. It pulls
Yeah.
in the off grid. It's freaking great.
Yeah, either use that or build off of that, but that
Yeah.
is definitely
Thank you,
very-
Bonnie.
that is
Bonnie's so
very-
awesome.
That's very good. It's very good. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, do it. Yeah. Yeah. You better do it. You better do it. So, and don't let anything stop you. So, mostly yourself, actually. So,
Yeah, we tend to be our own worst enemies.
I could play shit off of Blog Talk. I mean, man, some of my first shows. Oh my god, how embarrassing! Not to mention Blog Talk fucking sucks. I don't know why they won't fix their bandwidth issue among a lot of other
Oh.
things.
They have so many issues. We just don't even want to go there.
No, they're horrible. And at the other network, I you know all about that. It's like, you know, go to Spreaker, go here, go there, because it's I'm a big audiophile nut. It's got to sound as good as it possibly can. And if you sound like you're talking into a tin can or your phone, which is one and the same, it's just not really gonna. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I wonder if Tony's up yet. One of the shows I'm trying to get started is a friend of mine, Tony, out in Phoenix, and I want him to come on our show so bad. He is a character. He is way more right-leaning than you are.
Hey, watch it.
And he is one of my best friends. I freaking love him. And he is freaking hilarious.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does not want to start a show until he has proper equipment. So I did send him links to some of the cams that we've been looking at on Amazon.
Yep.
So he's working on getting his equipment so that he can start going live.
So that's cool. Keep it up. Blog Talk Radio. My account is still open. I don't pay for it. It's free though.
Yeah.
12,670 listens to it. This goes clear back to 11/2 of 2014. Because I didn't use this until I got on the other network that we're talking about, because he's on this as a platform.
Yeah.
And then I went on here on my own. But let's see what the fuck this one's about.
See, now you got my curiosity up
About what?
about our old account. I know it's still open. We never closed it.
Yeah, I really like Blog Talk. I just can't stand. I kept dealing with the. It sounded like I was talking on AM radio on a tin can. It was fucking horrible.
It
Because
really
I like
was.
playing music, and music sounds like shit on AM. So I'm like, because my original intent also was to interview bands, and I want to play their music. And like I said, the bandwidth is just absolutely horrible. I don't know why they don't address this. There's a freaking show back for me. Let's see what this one sounds like, just for the hell of it. So you can make an ass out of yourself too. Don't be surprised. It won't even play. I don't know why not. It's kind of weird. It's not playing. I'm hitting play. The freaking play thing's right there, man. That's weird. Maybe I should refresh it and see what it does. I'm not
It
gonna-
amazes me. I mean, that is one thing I will definitely say about Blog Talk
yeah.
is that because they stay there forever, unless you delete them.
Yep.
We haven't done, Anita and I have not done a show since 2014,
Mm-hmm.
and we are still getting hits.
Right. I know. I got 12, almost 13,000.
4 years
Crazy.
later, 4 years later, we're still getting hits on our old shows. And 90% of that information is so out of date, it's not even funny.
Right.
Granted, I will say that my keyword shows, my SEO shows, I talked a lot about the very basic standards, and those standards are still in play today. So a lot of the information is actually still pretty relevant. It's the social media stuff that isn't.
Yeah. Right.
But it amazes me that, like I said, to this day, we're still getting friggin' hits.
Right. Yeah, what the fuck? These won't play. That's really weird. There are 2,300 listens on this one. It's crazy. Wow.
Wow. I just went to my homepage.
Yep.
Our all-time listens are 46,008.
See? So you beat me. So there you go.
Wow,
That's
that's friggin' cool.
Exactly. Very cool.
Sorry, I haven't looked at those stats in a long time.
Yep.
And seeing that 46,000 listens, I mean, we only did shows for 2 years.
Yep. There you go.
Wow, that's cool.
I just don't know why they won't play. I just want to play one to see how horrible it is. Yeah, because 2014. Oh, that's 6 years ago.
Oh, holy cow, it is 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I was thinking like 3 or 4. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the browser. I don't know if they won't let me play them. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing I can't play them because it's freaking horrible, man. I can tell you right now.
I was actually really impressed with our shows.
Right?
Patting myself on the back here. I don't do that very often. But our shows were really good.
Maybe it's the browser. It shouldn't be. I'll try it one more time. I'll try Firefox, see what that does. But something's weird. Maybe because I got everything tied up in Chrome on this show. Did it sign me out? Are we still on here? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. No, I keep getting. I got the sign-in box for Zoom. I'm like, what? How can that be?
Oh, because it's still up in the background.
Oh, okay. Let me try this really quick, and then that'll be that. Boy, time's kind of going slow today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually. It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
Right.
Almost, but.
Usually it's just 2 hours go by. It's like bam. It's like oh,
Okay, when you go off and look at other things and don't pay attention to the chat room for a moment,
uh-oh.
and you come back to Wandering Americans saying, hopefully no sex freaks, LOL. Whoa.
No, you want sex freaks. That makes the show a lot more fun. Trust
Oh,
me.
yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, you want that stuff.
We got to have that innuendo. Come on.
Absolutely. As long as you don't bring it up. They bring it up, that's a different story. So
So what about us?
what do you mean?
Because we have that happen every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Fine with me. I don't care. I just don't like. I'll talk about it all day long. I just don't want it implied that that's all I want to talk about, like fucking Howard Stern or something. That's not what I want.
Oh, we're not going to have any half-naked women come in and throw hot dogs at them?
I wouldn't. It wouldn't bother me any. I don't care. It's really not the format I want. So, what the hell am I getting? Blog Talk. Too much stuff going on. Blog Talk Radio. Yeah.
It is kind of cool seeing pictures of me in my 30s up there.
Well, that's more than. It's more than 6 years ago, ain't it? Or no? How old are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, it's way more. Yeah, no, the picture I used, I didn't back then. I never. I'm not real good about taking pictures. I don't like having my picture taken, and so I had to find a decent picture to use for my business stuff. And I think I was like, I want to say I was pushing 40 at that point at the picture I'm looking at.
Over the hill. Okay. Just kidding. Look, come on. I'm gonna try this one last time. Now I got Firefox. Let's see if it plays this stupid show. There we go. Hey, that's really weird. All my listens are around 2300, 20, yeah, in the 2300s. It is so weird on some of these. All right, let's pick this one. Let's see what it does. I'm gonna play. I thought these things lasted forever.
They do, unless they get deleted.
Not mine. No, it ain't playing no matter what the hell I do.
Wandering said, when you get over the hill, you pick up speed. I am at the top of the hill this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Next year, I'm officially over the hill.
Yeah, it won't play it, and that's really weird. Unless there's something wrong with Blog Talk's webpage, but
Well, now you got my curiosity up, so I'm starting mine.
yeah, I can't play it. It won't play nothing.
Interesting. Yeah, mine's not playing anything either.
It's because we're banned. Because you started your own network. Oh, your fault.
Well, they can bite me anyway. Their service sucks.
Exactly. On-demand episodes. Let's see what. It's 2018. Now it took me to their webpage instead of in the studio. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't either. Let's click on. Huh. It's all political stuff. You'll fucking love that. I don't want to play those. Let's see here. 5 years ago. Play. It loads the player and then it stops.
Yeah, that's what mine did too. It loaded the player and then just wouldn't play it.
It's like it's going to load the file and it's not there. I mean, that's what it's acting like. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. All right, that's enough time wasted on that. That has never done that before. Every time I've come in here, though, it'll play. What about this one from 2018? This was from a year ago. There we go. That one's working.
I always hated that intro. Blog Talk Radio.
Let's go past this shit. See what I sound like. This is only a year ago, though. See how bad that sounds?
Right. So here we go. It shall not happen again. But I really didn't plan on driving an hour and 15 minutes one way.
It's like fuzzy.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
So you got 2 hours with me. Are you driving home right now? Let's get the formalities out of the way. Welcome to another exciting episode of the original Red Pill.
Okay, there we go.
67. Remember that one? I go.
It's horrible. I mean, the sound at least.
Number 79, though, which people keep saying was 78, but it's not 78. It's 79.
Oh, the snowstorm.
15.
Talking about the
When it
snowstorm.
happened.
So what? So there you go. But yeah, I guess some of them work. But yeah, isn't that god awful with the sound quality? Oh my god.
And unfortunately, Blog Talk hasn't done much to improve it.
No, and they charge you enough. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You can't. The competition out there, the bandwidth is way like Spreaker. I've always loved Spreaker. I've probably used every format out there. And my favorite.
Spreaker's awesome.
Yeah, my favorite by far live is Spreaker, and then my favorite podcast is Podbean. So just for anybody that wants to do this stupid crap, those are very expensive lessons that I learned. There we go. There it is again. This one ain't gonna sound any better. I'm sorry.
What I'm planning, why I'm doing this,
God, that's so bad.
and we're just gonna have tons of fucking fun.
Oh, okay. So,
I'll talk to
Hey, Tim, you have a problem with cussing.
I know. I
And,
I'm offended. I just offended myself.
Those program start. Anyway, welcome to another exciting episode of the original Red Feed 333 1393. Maybe.
But I'll tell you what, the hardest thing to do is a show by yourself.
It really is.
It is, but it's the best way to learn, because then see, when you came on as my co-host and back on the other network, Renee was my co-host and she was a listener too. Totally changes the dimension. But I would recommend this: learn how to muddle through this by yourself. Wandering, if you're listening, muddle through this by yourself, because if you bring a co-host on right away, you're gonna use them as a crutch. So,
And I can validate that because to this day, even after 2 years of doing my own show with Anita and a few months of doing this show with you, I still can't do the whole alone thing.
but you're going to have to. You're going to have
At some point, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just not ready to deal yet.
Well, you'll learn, because like I said, if you can do this on your own for half hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours, whatever. I mean, it's really honestly the best advice I could give you to anybody is you're entertaining yourself.
Which I'm good at that, but I don't
you
normally
go.
talk to myself that much.
Oh God, I do.
I do talk to myself and I do talk to my animals,
Well,
but
there's no difference. You have the talent. You have
Well,
the
thank you.
ability. Yeah. That if you can sit there and have a conversation with yourself, if you can talk to yourself and then argue with yourself and then win the argument with yourself, which you always will anyway, then you can do a show. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's nothing
Yeah.
more than thinking out loud. But a lot of people have a problem with that. It's like, Jesus Christ, if people hear what I say, they're going to think I'm fucking nuts. So what?
oh, you know I don't care about that part of it.
I know, but you don't. That's why I said you have the ability and talent to do it. People that can't do that can't do this
True.
because they care too much what people think of them. Believe me, it's a whole thing of getting into personal stuff again. Well, I don't want to share my personal whatever. It's like, if you think people ain't talking about you behind your back, you're fucking crazy. Sorry.
Right? Go ahead
Yeah,
and put that shit on blast, and that way they can't use it against you. It's
Yeah.
like Tyrion says.
Yeah.
Did you watch Game of Thrones? I don't think you did you?
Did I watch what?
Game of Thrones.
I'm still in the second season and I bought it.
Oh,
and I have it on
man.
DVD. So
You got a long way to go, dude. You're
Long.
missing all those good Tyrion quips.
I think I'm going to have a lot of time to watch it. So
Tyrion is badass.
who's that now? Is that the midget?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the one that knows things and drinks.
I like him. I could not
fucking
imagine that.
love him.
I could not imagine that show without him.
Oh my gosh. He is one of those. I would love to sit and smoke a bowl with him. I really
Oh
would.
my God.
Winter is coming. I think we should smoke a bowl with me.
God. I do that all day. Well, Wandering, if you do that all day, then why don't you just start a show? And there you go. What do you have to worry about? Just don't ever worry. Don't offend people, although people think I do, and I don't. I'm not swearing at them, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm trying to make them think for themselves. But yeah, if you can do that all day long, and you don't care what people think about you, then you got what it takes too. So do it.
Yep.
You never know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen if you don't do nothing, and that's nothing. But if you come on here and do something, I mean, I've been messing with this shit for 12 years. And I've never really stayed in one place for a lot of reasons, because my life hasn't let me stay in one place, at least physically. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here as long as I can, or I'm welcome to, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, this is a great format here. I've never been told what I can say or can't say. And Melissa has had my back and other people's backs because it's actually a true free speech radio network. So if you don't like it, don't listen. It's as simple
Exactly.
as that.
I mean, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that everybody talks about, but
Oh, no.
it's not my. Who cares?
And if you don't agree with it, you should try to figure out why you don't agree with it instead of just saying, well, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I think you're an asshole. Oops.
And yes, I mean, there's various things that go past my personal boundaries. That just means that I don't interact with that particular show. It doesn't mean I like that host any less.
Right. Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it's not for you. Or there's no show on this network that's 100% for anybody.
No.
Not even me. I mean,
Uh-uh.
I'll listen to some of the stuff, and I don't even agree with what I say sometimes. So
It's always fun when you run into that.
it's like, what? Or I said something and it came out the wrong way, and it's like, uh-oh, that's
Oops.
not what I meant, you know. But who cares? I mean, some people may have liked it, but I misspoke. So
Yeah.
I don't really care. The thing is, this is all ad-libbed. There's no format, there's no agenda, there's no script, there's no nothing. It's just whatever comes out, and the dominoes fall where they may, whether they're right or wrong. And don't worry about material, Wandering American. It's going to come. I mean, I can't believe we already have over 100 hours of show on this network. Just
Right?
on this show. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I see that right now. We have 66 episodes and 103 hours and 43 minutes.
And we still don't know jack shit. Sorry. I don't know anything. All I know is I know nothing. I know nothing. I'm learning what I don't know. So, if that makes sense. I mean, how can't you? We're in uncharted territories, man. There's no map to get us through this stuff.
No.
Except all of us
There's no
talking.
map to get us through life.
I know, but really now, really, life is, again, go to school, get a degree, get a job, have kids, live happily ever after, and get a
Yeah, well, we both know what that leads to.
No, it's all been a lie. So now this is uncharted. So the only way we're going to figure this out is by coming together and at least discussing it. So, because the answers will pop up. I'm sure there's answers in here that we haven't even identified, or somebody else has, and they've figured some things out. But
Yeah.
But for the most part, no. I don't know how you can figure this thing. All I do know is it's going to be up to you to what you do and how this ends up. If you have faith and trust in other people, and I'm not saying other people here, but the way that we were taught to end up where you're going to be, you're making a huge mistake. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. It's all on you, and surround people that you can trust and can help you and actually give a shit. And
Yeah.
that's here.
Which I was about to say, you know, that's something I am very proud to say is that our network is that place.
Yeah. And there's shows on here that I don't like and some that I do like, or some that I'll muddle through just to get through them, because I'm going to pick something up, whether I'm watching stealthily or I'm signing into the chat room or I call in, you know, because we're all looking for answers. And I think it's all the hosts here and the listeners and people in the chat room are the piece of a big puzzle that we can't figure out. We're trying to put it together. And I think every individual has a piece of that puzzle. So as soon as all the little pieces of puzzles are put together, then we're going to have a full picture of what's going on.
Yeah,
Does that make any sense?
totally.
Yeah. So that's what I think. But it's going to take a long ass time to put this puzzle together. Trust me. So I think the numbers that we're hearing, and it may never be put together, but it's not going to be 2 weeks, a month, or even 18 months. It's going to take years. It might even take decades.
Yeah.
To find
I think this initial blunt force hit that we're taking right now is going to probably last for about 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we'll start climbing out of it.
There you
Climbing
go.
back out of the cave holes.
Well, Wandering American has a prerequisite already to be a host. She says, I have spoken and then had to clarify. Yeah. I mean, who hasn't?
Right?
So, I mean, that's, well, clarifying and defending are two different things, though. So, but, yeah, it's like, this is what I meant to say, and not say, well, I said that because of this. No, that's defending yourself. You can defend yourself all you want. I don't really care. But you're going to misspeak doing this show. I can promise you that.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. All the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hell, you and I have plenty of times when we say something and then the other one of us is like, whoa, you know. And it just, clarification is clarification, you know.
Yeah.
We're human. We speak the way that we speak, and you know, sometimes we don't get our words out the right way. At
Right.
least not the right way for somebody else to understand.
Yep.
So we have to go back, reword it, and put it out there.
Yep. And trust me, you will contradict yourself. I do it
Oh,
all-
hell, I do that all the time anyway.
Exactly. I do.
I do that. What those whole talking to yourself things? I argue with myself.
I've had people say, you said this, and I go, I did? Like, yeah. And then I did, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't,
Oops.
why in the hell did I say that? You know, it just must have been in the moment or something. But see, my perspective and whatever thinking process changes all the time, depending on exactly in the moment what we're talking about. So,
Oh, I love when people listen to me walking myself through my own conversation,
Well, that's
trying to figure
scary.
something out.
yeah, you're probably speaking a different language.
And yeah, it's like I'll start in one direction, and then all of a sudden I'm going into another direction, and then another direction, and then another direction. And it's like, because the more you talk it out, the more you let out those things that are contradictory, so they cancel out what you just said.
Right.
And
That-
it's a process. It's that whole mental process of getting to your final point and your final decision.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It's a means to an end, regardless of how crazy the process is. So,
And some of us have some pretty crazy freaking processes.
yeah, you got that right. So, all right. Well, I love that title, Wanderlust Off Grid. Yes, that's perfect. It's just
Yep.
perfect. I think it's wonderful. It's great. Use it. Get your ass
What is
on the
it?
fucking list. What?
Two snaps. Oh, what the hell?
Hey,
Damn it.
it's my job.
Now I gotta find it. It was in Living Color skit with where they play the two gay guys and they're talking about all different kinds of stuff, and they do the two snaps and then a zigzag.
Yeah.
Never.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're
Okay.
confused.
Well, I'm gonna find it.
What's a clink? Okay, clink. What is that?
From Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, Colonel Clink. Yeah, that was Schultz though, but yeah, I get it. Colonel Clink. I know nothing. I do not know nothing. I know nothing. I'm gonna do my impersonations. Get ready.
Okay, I found one. I'm sending you a link.
I'm so glad it's Thursday.
Yeah, it's a great Thursday, isn't it?
It's tequila time. Tequila time. I would have fired up the guitar if I thought it was frickin' Friday. It was a good show.
Well, you even said yesterday that it was Van Halen Friday.
I know, but you know how you're subconscious and you're sleeping, and that's why I said I go, oh, wait a minute, no, tomorrow's Friday, no, tomorrow's Thursday, and I had that in my head, and the final thought I had when I woke up was it was Thursday when it was actually Friday. So I am really fucking myself up. Sorry.
Okay, so I sent you a link to a video to share.
You did?
I guess I could probably do that, couldn't I?
Well, yeah, that's kind of a roundabout way to do it. You should learn how to use the internet.
It might be a good idea.
You might benefit from that, being a VoIP radio
Yeah.
network. Hello?
Okay, let's see if it goes. Is it going?
Mel
Can you
has-
see the screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up here. Here we go. Mel has started screen. Yeah, I see it. It's a YouTube video
Whoa.
with no sound.
Can you hear it?
Not really. You might not be able to feed back through there. I don't know how some of the hosts do that, because I need a mixer to do that. What you're doing now was a problem. That's why I use a mixer. I don't know how you're going to play that.
Can you actually hear it?
No, I can't.
Damn it.
It doesn't mean other people can't. I can't, though.
Can anybody hear it?
I don't think so.
Does anybody remember these guys?
Oh, yeah, that's from In Living Color. I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their two snaps thing. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Well, since nobody can hear it, I'm going to go ahead and kill it. So,
That's where J-Lo started her dancing career.
right?
Yeah, she's a fly girl or whatever. Is that what they call
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, Fly Girl.
Holy shit. You talk about having shit open. Jesus.
People don't
Wow.
believe me.
Jeez.
Now everybody got a little insight into my world.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, maybe Ron would know. I don't know how people without a mixer can play stuff on the computer onto the show. That's why
I'm gonna have to play with it because yours worked. Ron's works. He
Mine
doesn't
works.
use a mixer.
Yeah, but I use a sound interface, so that's why
Yeah.
mine works. But I don't know what Ron has hooked up, but he's played videos and I've heard him. So you might want to talk to him. Maybe he's not using anything. I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, I was just trying to get the two snaps thing.
Right. No, I remember that. God, that looked old. What is that, from the late 80s?
I think it was early 90s.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my God. I'm getting so old. No. No. No, I'm not old. All right, kids. Well, what is that? 2.5 hours. I don't know if you have anything else, Melissa. I don't know if anybody else has anything in the chat room. But,
Really, the only things I've got are just numbers and reminder about the dollar bomb.
okay. Well, if you want to end the show with that, that's perfectly fine. I know those numbers are going through the roof because you keep sending them to me, and I'm like, holy shit, really?
I gotta have an outlet, man.
Oh, I'm not complaining. Yeah, no, I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, wow. I mean, that's insane. The numbers, how fast we were approaching compared to the rest of the world on this stuff.
Yeah, which I mean, people don't realize, but I bug the hell out of Tim all day long. While he's out at work, I sit there and send him little text messages all day.
Please fine. I want to be informed. I appreciate it.
But yeah, as far as today, we're up to 14,373, 584 new cases already today, 218 deaths. That is 11 new deaths. We only have 125 recovered so far. Yesterday, our numbers ended at 789. We had over 4,500 new cases yesterday, which people need to keep in mind. We are finally doing testing. We are finally getting our numbers. They are going to skyrocket. Okay? Italy only has 67 million people. We have over 300 million.
That's, yeah.
So you can take all of Italy's numbers, multiply them by at least 3 or 4. And that's what we're looking at.
I'm going to interject here real quick because Jim Rickards, it's on, just type YouTube, Jim Rickards. I don't know what I typed to find him, but he's a big number guy. And the interviewer, she asked him what he thought of this and what's going to be the end result. And he said, well, if you take these numbers and projections and blah, 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 and use formulas or models, He
Right.
said 1.5 million people are going to die.
Exactly. And everybody's all like, "Oh, well, Italy's numbers aren't that big, and look at our numbers. We hardly have any." Well, that's because we're just freaking starting real testing.
Right. Right.
Number one. Number two, Italy is literally a quarter of our size in
Yeah, they're small.
population.
Small country. Yeah. Yep.
We are 2 weeks behind them. Multiply everything that's going on with them by four.
Yeah. Italy's like a state, like
It is.
Texas or California or something. So yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, how many people?
The Ferrari, and I'm going to die because I cannot drive it anymore because of the coronavirus. It sucks.
Okay, so, oh, that's probably New York City. Whoops.
New York City. No Friday, folks.
Okay, so New York State
New York. Yeah. So
is just short of 20 million people. So a third of the size, roughly a third of the size of Italy. Just New York.
New York, the whole state, not New York City.
Yeah, New York, the whole state.
New York, yeah. Which without New York City isn't really much, but whatever. Okay.
Right.
Huh.
But my point being that when we're looking at these stats and all these people saying, "Oh, it's not so bad, it's not that bad," we aren't even close to our beginning stats. We haven't even gotten hardly anything as far as stats so far. We still have cities. We had one of our cities here in Colorado cancel testing because they don't have enough supplies. So again, our testing is getting halted all over the place. We have multiple states that aren't doing dink as far as testing.
I got an idea. Why don't we just outsource all our shit to Russia?
Well, we might get some results.
Actually, whatever you think of Putin, he doesn't fuck around. So
No, he does not. And
yeah.
as I may not agree with the way he rules
Mhm.
and his policies and politics, but the man is a good leader.
Yeah, he gets results. There's no arguing that.
Yeah. I mean, it's no different than looking at Hitler's rise and what he was able to accomplish as a military figure, and seeing the intelligence and the foresight of what he pulled off.
Oh,
Does it mean I agree with anything he did? Of course not. But I can definitely respect the strategics.
well, yeah, and whether you believe it or not, if you want to go into the eugenics program, stuff that he's did is still affecting how we do things today in this world.
Oh, most definitely.
Whether it's good or bad.
Most definitely.
I mean, the interstates were because of him. The Volkswagen Beetle was because of him. I mean, he did quote unquote some good things for a totally evil person.
Exactly.
So you can't deny the results. You just
No.
can't. Yeah.
No, it's just like the office of the presidency. You can respect the office, but not the person.
Right.
And it's the same thing when it comes to stuff like this. You can respect the intelligence and the thoughtfulness behind things,
No.
but not respect the person themselves.
No. Absolutely not. I agree 100%.
But back to stats. Stats are fascinating. They really are. And
if they're accurate, yeah.
right, if they're accurate and if they are looked at in proper ways. And I can't tell you how many arguments I've had on social media arguing about the frickin' stats and them sitting there saying, "Oh, it's no big deal." You don't know how to read stats.
Like I said, Mike Adams has a Excel chart out there that just conservatively, with the numbers and information he got by statistics, he said the same thing. When this is all said and done, within a year or two or whatever the term was, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like 1.5 million people are gonna die. He said the same shit.
Yep.
So
That's what all the experts are saying.
yeah. Well, that's a
You know,
big deal.
quit listening. Quit. We need to quit listening to these idiots that aren't experts and don't know what the hell a stat is if it bit them in the ass.
Yeah. Well, and it's all in snapshot stuff too. Nobody can project. They're not looking forward using projections based on
Mm-mm.
the numbers that they're looking at in their face. So
Exactly.
there's no forward thinking, which would be
Yeah.
called paranoia.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
My mom always used to say, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
yeah. Well, that's. I think everybody needs a little level of paranoia to survive. That's just my opinion. But yeah, she's right. So
But
stats
yeah,
tell a tale. Go ahead.
I was just gonna move on to the dollar bomb.
Okay.
Okay, so as usual, we have started our coronavirus dollar bomb, and it's to help us stay alive through this mess, as well as to help others who are needing help, like wandering, um, and get them the help that they need. You know, whether it's filling up your gas tank or your propane tank or getting toilet paper or getting some kind of food to them. There's a lot of people in need right now, and every dollar helps us to help others. And, you know, $1 is all we're asking for people to donate. You know, can you donate more? Yes, we've got buttons for $1, $5, $10, and then you can also just go over to our donation page and do a larger amount if you want. Um, all of this money is going to go to us helping people and staying live on the air so that we can help other people. So please donate. And if you can't donate, at least share it out to people who might be able to. You never know who might have $10 in their account that they can afford to throw over to help somebody else.
Yep. So there you go. It's all about networking and helping each other out and supporting this network so we can inform and help other people and drive you batshit fucking crazy. Right?
Yes, we will help support everybody's crazy by staying live and online.
We think insanity is healthy here. You're
Yes,
more
we
than
do.
welcome.
Everybody's got to have at least a little dose of insanity.
Everybody's got a little batshit crazy in them, no matter what, for sure.
Some of us just embrace ours a little more than others.
There you go. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Denying it is the problem. So.
Yeah, it's when you deny it that you run into the big issues.
Crazy people don't think they're crazy. That's the point.
Right there.
Well, yeah, that was also my mother's excuse for not taking me to therapy.
Oh, wow. You need a new mother. No offense.
Oh, I got rid of this one a while back, so I'm good.
Well, just keep moving on. And I'm going to tell you this in our little private text. Don't you dare let your feelings of guilt stop you from doing what you need to do.
I won't.
I told you that.
I know, and
Fuck
I
all
won't.
that shit. That's
It may be in my head, but it will not stop me.
It is in your head. No, you're on the right track, and I will tell you when you're not. Don't let that crap stop you. So you're not taking advantage of a situation and people are hurting. You're trying to help them.
Yeah.
So, and if
I
they-
just to let people know, I had a little bit of a breakdown yesterday, and I love what we do here at the network. My goal is 99% humanitarian. As a business person, I can't help but see the business aspects of this situation and the fact that during this mess, Freedom Revolution Network is going to grow. And I went through a little stage of guilt about it. So there you go.
well, that's ridiculous because you're doing more good than bad, and you're not doing it for selfish reasons. So you need to check that shit at the door and leave it there.
I'm working on it. And like I said, regardless of those feelings, I always push through. I have a very, very bad guilt complex for most things, for everything in life. And I won't let it stop me. We are doing too much with this network, and we are affecting too many lives, and we're interacting with too many lives for me to allow that to get in the way.
That's what I was just going to say. This is much bigger than you, my dear. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
No.
I may be an owner, but at the same time, Freedom Revolution is its own entity.
That's right.
And I'm just a name on a piece of paper.
That's right. Yep. Freedom Revolution is its own entity, and it's only going to be the entity that you instill into it. So if you're going to feel guilty and ashamed of growing and prospering and helping other people, then that's what this network is going to be. On the other hand, if you're the opposite of that, then that's what this network is going to be.
Yep.
And you can't teach that or tell that to anybody. You just have to experience it.
Right. And this was just a little raw moment.
Sure.
So,
It's
you know.
very normal. It's growing pains. It's very normal. You just got to make sure you make the right choice.
And my choice will always be to make this network thrive, because the more people, the more we grow, the more impact we make, and the more people we can help and interact with. And so the growth is actually something that I'm very proud of and will be.
Well, if you're ever in doubt, look at that mission statement. I can't stress that enough. So
Right. It's a pretty damn good mission statement, isn't it?
Always look forward to your cause and your purpose, and that is your mission statement. And don't ever alter from that.
Yep.
And you'll be fine.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's enough preaching for me from today. So everybody say goodbye to each other in the chat room. I'm kind of disappointed there's not a lot of people. I'm gonna go on.
Yeah, usually Fridays are a little busier, but we've had really weird traffic this week.
Yeah, and you know what? People are more concerned about their lives and addressing issues that take priority over listening to this stupid fucking show. So I understand that. But this is also an event too. You know, this is a real time situation show that's affecting everybody. I mean, we have a commonality here, and that commonality is we're all going to be out of a job. So, but we need to talk about it and move forward and get it through all this stuff. And not, I think isolating yourself is not, except if it's, of course, the quarantine thing or voluntary. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying isolate yourself from reality in the real world and become introverted. I don't think that's going to do you much good, except probably raise your level of insanity and anxiety. So
Right.
be careful with that.
And that's part of the reason why we're trying to stay live through all this mess, is so that way people have somewhere to come and congregate and shoot the shit.
Exactly. So, all right, but there ain't a lot of people in there. But anyway, I want to thank whoever the hell is in here, which is I'll get over to the top here. Well, Pamela, of course, our gatekeeper. She does have the power to throw you out of here. So
Yes.
Wandering American Lee, got quiet quick. Doesn't fall asleep. Wandering American, of course, who's going to do her own show.
Yes, we will have her on her own show at some point.
Yes, you're doing it whether you like it or not. Oh, and I have another.
We will
microphone.
force you.
I have another microphone she can have if she wants it. So she just has to tell me send it, and I will. It'll take me shorter than 2 months though than it did with you, or whatever. And I think that's it, unless I'm missing somebody or people that are in the chat.
Bill popped in and out. He left a little bit ago.
Blake is in there in the show, on the show page.
That would be Bonnie.
Was that Bonnie?
Yeah, that's Bonnie.
Thanks, Bonnie. Whatever.
We love Bonnie.
I don't really look at this chat room too much, so. But yeah, we have to give Bonnie the credit for coming up with Wandering show title if she decides to use it. I think it was stellar. It was awesome.
Yes,
Perfect.
it was. That was awesome.
Very good. Very, very good.
We now know who to come to when we need a name.
You get the original Red Pill Award for the day, Bonnie. Very good. Very, very, very good.
Oops.
How was
Ow.
that?
That was me hitting my freaking foot on the end of my desk.
Jesus.
Ow.
We're going to have to put a straitjacket on you and tie you to that chair or something. Wow.
I have a cheap desk. It's got a piece of metal that goes like a little blocker thing that goes across the front, and I stretched my foot out and smacked it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god. Okay. All right, so that's the end of the show. I'll be back. Well, tomorrow's Saturday. I think it'll be Friday, but it's Saturday. I might pop into Scarlett's show tonight. I don't. What time does she come on?
I believe 9 o'clock our time. It might be 10 o'clock. I always screw her time up whenever I try to tell people. It's either 9 or 10 o'clock though,
All
our
right,
time,
I'll look at the schedule.
Mountain time.
I'll pop in tonight, and yeah, because she's in Minnesota, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's in the Midwest. Okay. All right, so that'll be Central Time, whatever. I'll check out the show schedule and go from there. So that's that. We'll be back Monday at 6 a.m. and my estimation will be on even longer or even more. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have plenty of time on my hands. I can just tell. So.
And you know me, I can go as long as we go.
Yep. So get ready for longer shows, and God knows what we're going to talk about. But yeah, I do encourage people who are listening or in the chat room or whatever, voice your opinions. Get on this network, and the payback or the rewards that you will get are I can't even tell you. It's just helping one person is worth doing this for me.
It really is, and we've definitely gotten the responses back enough to know that we are.
Right. And that's awesome. You can't really put a price tag on that. So
No.
just remember, you're not going through this shit alone. That's all I can tell you. You didn't get in this mess alone. You're not going to get out of it. That's all I'm going to say.
It's all about community.
Sure, in our neighborhood, and everybody being crazy.
Won't you be my neighbor?
Be my neighbor, sure. In your neighborhood. All right, that's enough. So
We're about to get really creepy really quick.
yeah, creepy. I don't say crazy. Say crazy. Creepy.
Oh, that one was going down the creepy road.
Was it really?
At least in my brain.
Remind me not to get in your brain.
Oh, honey. My brain is a scary place sometimes.
Well, Wandering wants the microphone, so it's actually the one that I'm using here, except this one's XLR, but the one I will send you is USB, and that's good enough for people starting out anyway. Give me a PO box or address or somehow I will send it to you. Probably this weekend because I don't have jack shit to do if I don't get quarantined or locked up or shot, and I'll go to FedEx and send it to you. There's the mic right there. That black thing is just a mic screen. So I don't pop my piece too much. This mic is really sensitive. But anyway, yeah, I'll send it to you. It's just sitting around, and there you go. Anything I can do to help people to get on that, yeah, you're welcome. Don't worry about it. And then Melissa can help you set it up. I can help you set it up. It's not that difficult to do. And then you're gonna need a stand or something though, or you're gonna have to figure out. Get a broomstick and some duct tape or something. I don't know. There's no stand for it.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Exactly. And you'll have to figure that part out. But it's a really good mic. So I can't stress how a good microphone makes a huge difference.
Look at the difference it made in mine.
Right. And I want to coach you a little bit too on it. Not that I don't like your voice. I know you don't like your voice. So let's just say that. You don't like your voice. So, but like I said, when you have time you don't have, which you don't, download Audacity and talk into it. But then when you're talking, lower your voice by like one note like that. Lower it just one note.
And see,
whatever one note is, I don't fucking know.
I remember all that training from being in choir. I
Oh,
really
there you
do.
go.
I do actually know that training. It's just not really something I ever cared about, I guess, because
Well, you better now. You own a freaking radio network, so you better worry about it or care about it.
yeah, but I'm an owner. I wasn't supposed to be doing a
Oh,
show.
whatever. So
I'm supposed to build things.
yeah, I would just work when people do this, just talk normal and then lower your voice one note, which I heard as advice and I did. And then you can work on your cadence. and you don't want to run off into sentences like this and keep talking. It's not like a gibbering fool, because your brain is working faster than your mouth. So your mouth tries to catch up with your brain. You got to stay in cadence. So if people interrupt you or they want to interject or something, you can keep a fair break in there, but you just can't connecting like words like, and blah, blah, blah. If you have run-on sentences and have a discussion with yourself, then you're not having a show. You're just talking to yourself. So there's all kinds of things. But the first thing is a good mic, lower your voice one note, and then watch your cadence. And then as cringing as it is, play it back and listen to yourself. And then over time, just like doing anything, you'll get it. That's all I can tell you.
So just a funny note about my voice.
Yeah.
Once allergy season kicks in real well, I will have what I call my Demi Moore voice.
See, and that's a sexy voice. So that's great. That's fucking perfect.
I just have to get good and congested first.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I mean, that's a great radio voice. Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
I do. My voice gets really hoarse in the spring.
Everybody's gonna come on. It's like, I just want to hear Mel's voice. Tim, shut up. I just want
She went from sounding like Lois to Demi. Holy cow.
Hey, that's good. Yeah, just practice, man. Just talk, just pretend you're doing a show, but record it on Audacity and then just go through it, because it's just a recording program and it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's free. I mean, it's really easy.
Well, I mean, in all reality, I can do it on Zoom.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. I'm talking to Wandering though, because she's like, what she's saying. So, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. So, but yeah, you have a great voice and great potential for sounding like a sexy hot bitch Demi Moore on here. I mean, it'd be like, I'll probably lose my show. So.
Well, I'll have to work on being able to do that voice like on the norm. Like I said, it comes up whenever my allergies start kicking in every year. So for about 6 months, I have that nice, sexy voice.
If you lower your voice one note and watch your cadence and spread it out just a little bit in your tempo, then you're freaking gonna almost be there. That's all I can say. And then you got to find the sweet spot in the mic. That mic has a sweet spot, because right now you're still a little bit too distant sounding, so we can tweak that too. But yeah, once you get all that dialed in, yeah, it's going to be the sky's the limit. So
I also move around a lot. I have trouble sitting still.
Do.
So
yeah, there's definitely an angle or a pattern that you need to stay into that mic, including sideways and distance, front to back. And then once you find that, and the best way to find it is talking to it and listening through the headphones. So
yeah,
but then you got to freeze. It's like freeze. It's like, fuck, I don't want to sit like this for 2 hours. You're nuts. I can't do that.
Oh, there's no way I could. I can't sit still for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my stepdad used to, not my last one, but the one prior to him, used to bet me 50 cents a pop to sit in a chair, sit on my hands, and be quiet for 5 minutes. I never won that 50 cents.
I could never do it.
I never won it.
Way in hell could I do that?
I can't. I literally just cannot do it.
So use it to your advantage, and here you go, like what you're doing. So
yeah,
that's all you can do. So all right, well, I assume we will talk to Wandering about this stuff, and if you want to give her my number and she can text me her info, or she can give it to you. I don't really care how we do it. Doesn't matter to me. And then we can get that ball rolling. And then hopefully very soon she will have her own show on Freedom Revolution Network.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
Sounds awesome.
So, okay. All right. Well, say goodnight, Gracie. That's enough of this shit. How long has it been? How long have you been?
Oh, damn. Okay, so the last hour went fast.
Yeah. The time warp. Time warp kicked in.
Oh, that's another good topic right there.
What time?
The time warp.
Yeah, don't even get me started with time, because I love all that time travel and that shit.
Oh no, I'm talking about Rocky Horror.
Oh, time warp to the time warp again. Yeah, right. Oh my god, I haven't seen that in years.
it started when we were still in Denver. It became Steven's birthday thing
Yeah.
because his birthday is October 28th. So we started when he was 17
Uh-huh.
and started, or it was his 18th birthday, but it was like, no, that year it was on time. Um, it was his 18th birthday. I actually got a hold of the crew that does the ones there in Denver, and they incorporated his butt into the show. It was so awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, it
Very
was
cool.
so fun. Anyway, good night, Gracie.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We will be back Monday at 6 a.m. and talking. Ever see the show Sliders? Yeah, I actually like that show. It was kind of highly underrated
It
show.
was it was a good show.
I like that. It was a very good show. And so was Quantum Leap. I like Quantum Leap too. They're very
I
similar.
miss Quantum Leap.
Yeah, they were very similar, but not, if that makes any sense. But I like them. So I liked both of those shows. Not a huge Scott Bakula fan, but I do like him in that. I do like him in Enterprise too. Star Trek. So but whatever. Hey, all these shows, you're giving me shit to see. You're worried about, I can't even close the fucking show. And you're worried about what you're going to talk about? I mean, Jesus
Right?
Christ.
We just added a whole nother hour
Fuck, you should have done
in.
it an hour ago.
Yeah, we've already added another hour
Yeah.
with just yapping.
Yeah, exactly. But, and we didn't have any phone calls, which I'm going to start pushing that. I want people to call. And I guess
Yeah.
sharing the phone number for people that aren't visually watching would help. Is that your phone? What is that?
That's mine. Why is okay, what the hell?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I have a call coming in. Hang on. Okay, I will call them back.
Yeah, that's was that Messenger or what is that? That sounds,
Damn it. That's Facebook. Hang on just a
yeah,
second.
Facebook. Yeah, right. No wonder why
Hey, Steve, I'm still on the air.
got rid of Facebook. Fuck that thing.
Yeah. Sure. Hang on. Hang on just a second. Give me just a second. Apparently I have some info to share on the air. Okay, what's up?
And I'll do my Facebook impersonation.
Oh my God, my dog ate my homework and I don't know what to do and I don't know what to make for dinner. And Jesus Christ, oh my God. What?
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to keep you on here while I repeat it so I don't get it wrong. Okay, so apparently there was a cabinet meeting last night where it was discussed that 50% of the US is going to contract this virus, whether locked up or not. And the shutdown is going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Allegedly.
This is coming from a pretty reliable source. This is the same source that that we got the other scoop from.
So I better go rent my hooker tonight, huh? Fuck.
I'm sorry. Okay, so my co-host Tim just said he needed to go rent his hooker tonight.
Is that what he's advising?
Bye bye. Oh, that was good. But yeah, so that was
innocent wandering. Give me a break. Women love sex just as much as guys. Give me a freaking break here. Whatever. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Took a
Okay,
couple
so
glasses of
that
wine.
was our scoop of the day. Was
Wow.
yeah.
But no offense, I keep hearing that from other sources too. Oh, it's gonna be martial law tomorrow. It's gonna be lockdown tomorrow. It's gonna be this tomorrow. It's gonna be that tomorrow. And I'm not looking forward to it. And I'm glad that it's not happening. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I kind of got a feeling about this one that there's probably some good validity to it. So.
Well, and like I said, that just came from my source that gave us the other tidbit that we beat the announcing. So,
Yeah.
take it with a grain of salt, but you know, nothing is set in stone and no information is perfect. However, um, that's what I was just told. So when he called back the second time, I figured it was probably something important.
Yeah, that's a sign that it's important. Like, take my call. Yeah.
Well, especially from him. So
Yeah, no, that's cool.
okay, so I guess do we redo the goodnight, Gracie?
Well, yeah, I hope. I mean, we tried that an hour ago, but it's between phones ringing and whatever. I don't really care. I really don't got nothing better to do. But you know what? I think, what is it? 2.5 hours? Okay, it's almost 3 now.
Yeah.
3 hours.
We're 7 minutes short of 3 hours now.
Yeah, I think without radio spots and music and phone callers and blah 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 blah, 3 hours is enough. I mean, it could easily be turned into 4 hours, but yeah, I think 3 hours is probably.
Yeah. Bonnie said we will need a freedom-a-thon if no one can go outside. And that's exactly what we're trying to work on and get people hosting so that we are live as close to 24/7 as possible.
All right. Well, sounds good to me. So, like I said, I'll pop into Scarlet. What's the name of Scarlet show? The darkest at the light.
Clarity After Dark.
Something like that. Yeah.
Boy, you really jacked that one up.
I know. I don't have the stuff memorized yet, so I can barely remember my own show's name, let alone my name. But okay. Well, let's just all say some prayers, whatever you believe in or not, doesn't matter. And hope for the best for this thing and try to look at the positive, but accept the negative and the reality of it.
Yeah.
And get on here and do a show, Wandering, and help some people out, because I know you can and you will. There's no doubt about that. And try to help people, I don't want to say survive, but at least deal with and get through the other side of this thing. Because
Right.
after the virus is done, we're going to have to deal with this financial crap. So,
Yeah, we're going to be dealing with this financial crap for a good long time,
yes,
too.
for years, if not a decade or two. I mean, 08 still hasn't recovered, and that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, I think it's time to say goodnight, Gracie. And
Good night, Gracie.
I got to get on hookers.com here real quick and reserve my, I don't know, should I get a robot? You were talking about that. You said you have one. We have something you shove in the closet, something.
No, I said I want a good-looking man to shove in my closet.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, then there's all kind. I want to get into the weird stories too sometimes, just for entertainment, because there's
Oh, yeah.
always, and it comes from out of Asia, about how those people love their sex and their robot toys and stuff. It's freaking insane.
Japan has a very
Yeah.
strange,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say strange because it's just different. They have a different perspective on sex, and I think it's a lot healthier, actually.
Well, whatever it is, they're all saying screw people. The robots blow people away. They're like, I don't know if
Can you imagine if your robot got a death grip?
Depends on what they're grabbing.
Well, obviously what they're grabbing.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. No. No.
Get that supersonic grip going.
Yeah, then I'll be afraid. Oh my God. All right, that's enough. The show is really going off the rails here. Oh my God.
You started it with your hooker.
Oh, that's my fault now. Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
it's your fault.
No, your friend started it because we're all going to be locked up. And yeah, I see. I got to blame it on somebody else now. So it's just but all right, guys, we'll be back on Monday. I'll probably be on Clarity After Dark. Is that what it is? I don't know. Right?
Yes, Clarity After Dark is on
You
tonight
just
after
pop
Ron.
Did you just pop a wine bottle?
No,
It
I
sounded like you did.
coughed.
Oh, it sounded like you popped a cork on a champagne or something. What rails? Exactly. There is no rails on this crazy train.
Going off the rails.
That's right. We did that a long time. Did that after the first episode, actually.
The moment you let me come on as a co-host.
No. It was way before that. You just added to that. So But yeah, I'll be on a Clear Day After Dark. I hope, if she lets me come on, or I call in, or whatever. Who knows what's going on? So a lot.
Oh, I'm
could
sure she
happen.
will.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot could happen in 12 hours time, or whatever time she comes on. But we'll see. So, but yeah, just keep listening, share the show, and thanks to everybody again. And we will be back on Monday morning at 6 a.m. Okay.
Bright and early.
And do your show, Wang American. Talk to Melissa about it. I look forward to it. So, okay. All right. I'm going to let you go. Thanks for listening. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend. And I'll be back on Monday, and so will Demi Moore. And we'll see you then. Thanks for listening. You have been listening to the original Red Pill Show. Bye.